Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Rita Lee's video blog. I'm Mary Sky, also known as Krabby McCoffee. So I have a couple updates for you this morning, but first, if you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up. If you're a comer backer, welcome. So we will be going momentarily over to the channel to read the comments, and then we're going to start with the news and why we are prepping. Okay, I went through the news feed this morning, my first cup of coffee. Also, if you're a prepper, sometimes you got to ask yourself a couple questions. I was looking at some ideas the other day, So basically, Tildor this morning or last night posted, "Pick your battles, don't get involved. No dog in the fight." Even the beautiful Zoe would agree. Well, Zoe may agree, but you know what? Zoe's going to be unbanned from Chloe's ban, and approximately when Chloe leaves. All right. Proofs in the pudding, people. Yeah, well, me and Zoe had differences, and I'm not going to accept her accusing me of something I've not done. So. I was playing a beer drinking game while watching Rita's videos. I would take a drink of beer whenever she said the word prep. Well, let's just say today we're going to be talking about prepping or preps, okay? Wow, beer buzz. And then Tildor says, people like you have a pair, prep like you have a pair, or stack like you have a rack. Gift cards are on the way, really. You know what? I always hear that word, but you know what? He's never delivered a gift card since he's been a member of my channel. So I tried to discuss with him a contest and everything else, but, we're trying to figure something out for you followers out there, but I really don't care. So I want to tell you, I went to the store the other day. Before you ask me what's with the Camels, okay. I used to buy Camel Wides all the time, okay. No, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I smell them. Now, Chloe's a cigarette smoker, okay? My husband was a cigarette smoker, and if my husband was going to smoke cigs, I always told him that you're smoking the brand that I provide for you. And he said, sure. So I always went with Camel Wides, but they used to be in the soft pack, by the way. And non-filters. That's the thing. I would get cartons and cartons, and the cartons had some really nice artwork. Nowadays, you'll get Camel, and So, anyways, so shall we get down to the news this morning? Because I don't want to go talk about Camels. I know Tildor's always talking about, prep if you have a pair, or prep if you got a rack, and well, I have a rack. So, anyways, so basically the first thing says is in the news feed this morning was Russia's unlikely to use nuclear weapons stored in Belarus. Head of Security Council, can't trust them. If you basically look at all these things, right, they're basically giving you different messages. Yeah. So anyways, then you have as a prepper, right? Yeah, if Tildor's gonna play the beer game, then let him. Okay, so basically that says Russia unlikely to use any nuclear weapons. Really, then why are they moving weapons to Belarus?
Got the laundry started.
Good. He's griping again.
Okay, he's going out. I just had to get the laundry started.
Oh, you want to take one of these?
I'll take. Which one do you want to give me?
Yeah. Use the Midland. Yeah. Any movement outside?
Is it?
Okay. See?
All right, Bob.
Don't use the radio unless you have to. The Midland. These Midlands, I tried to explain, don't have a long range.
So,
You
talked to the judge already on this case.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did.
No, if I did, that would basically obstruct me. What are you smoking?
Okay, you talked to a lawyer. So.
Yes, the lawyer said we'll stay out of it. Now let me get to my YouTube thing.
I'm always saying that I heard judges around here side with landlords.
The judges, come on, quit being a pissmire, all right?
Don't be stupid.
Anyways, it doesn't matter, okay? So, can we get to our discussion today? So, apparently I have Costco cards, so if I need to keep a carton on hand for neighbors who runs out or something, I can. Fortunately, that's me. They can also be used as trade for other products in the third thingy. So it says warheads and other tactical and strategical nuclear munitions are primarily designed as a deterrent, designed to ensure the security of both Russia and Belarus. Yeah, but rattling that sabe too much, he might just do it. Father-in-law and I were talking about that last night, the same thing, they might just deploy it. He says, last month, here's the wording, okay, last month, Putin announced he plans to deploy tactical or nuclear weapons on his allies. Deploy, you see? Last month. This is the play on words here. Yeah, so something you need to know, because this is how I run things, and we got a guy apparently who I'm seeing is semi-insulting. Hold on, let me just put that there. And I'll take care of this momentarily because I can, and it's my channel. And we got a guy named Noel who apparently is being completely rude this morning. And basically, it's considered, what do you say? Rude. So let's go. Says, here he says, sup retard? No, the retard's only you. So there you go. So it says here that the guy cannot, quote unquote, comment. There you go. So first message was, what are you? Second message is, what are you doing? Okay. Third message is, like, honest to God. What am I doing? Simple. I just blocked your ass for being a complete and total utter asshole. We're talking about prepping. Yeah, see? Are you a hoarder? You know what? I'm not a hoarder. 2052 Hang Drive Otta. Send all hate mail here. Oh, really? That's funny. I'm not in Ottawa, you sack of turds. But since he wants to be that way, we got two people watching. One's me because I went in and see, I used the special code. Okay, so he wants to come back. He can come back as a different thing. That was just a troll. Now, that's the first news article I saw this morning. That tells you all you need to know right there. Thinking about it. Not a lot of people say, oh, he won't do it. Try him. Let me give you a little bit of advice about world leaders. World leaders come, world leaders go. They either die of old age or being kicked out of office. It's a fact of life. So, shall you worry about it? No. See, it says right there, Ukraine and NATO and the European Union. Let me just show you, this here, global reaction. Ukraine, NATO, and the European Union's top diplomat have condemned Moscow's plan. Condemned. Oh, you're going to nuke NATO neighbors. The U.S. has downplayed the move, saying there are no indications Russia will use nuclear weapons. Okay, so let me tell you a story. Here you go. It goes like this. I know people from Russia, transgendered people, okay? Beautiful transgendered people. And they all say the same damn thing. So then the other news is China's Xi Jinping says top priority is push for ceasefire. That won't happen because, Ukraine ain't going to give up. By the way, I was just thinking of this the other day. Made 1988, by the way. Isn't this cool? Yeah, it's yeah. I just thought about it. I got a Marine Corps lighter. I filled it up recently, right? Higgins was complaining the other day. We're gonna get to the banking thing in a bit, okay? I want to get the news done first, but let's continue, shall we? So basically, today's news is pretty big. All right, very big. So China's got this political thingy, I equal I can see number of risks that Europe should address, blah blah blah. Peace solution, one that earns Ukraine approval and respects its sovereignty, security, integrity. So basically, another news article is Russian President Putin is working to develop military cooperation along Belarus because that's the only place they can stick something. You see, KEKT asked yesterday, why would Russia put nukes in Belarus? Because Belarus is the perfect area to set targets for. Last month, Putin announced he plans to deploy tactical nuclear weapons to Belarus when he staged part of his February full-scale invasion of Ukraine. So we'll copy this. See, I'm going through this again. Yeah. See, again, you got to read between the lines in the newspapers. You see. See, here's where they're trying to force America out. Okay. So, see, this is what it says, right? Hold on. Early Thursday, Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko said he agrees that remarks with French President Emmanuel Macron that no country can deploy nuclear weapons on the territory of another country. Well, the problem is someone can, and we're gonna get that. Okay, so KEKT yesterday asked why, right? Yeah. So apparently, on another country, on another country. So let me just get that and fix it for you before we continue, because this is the news I'm tackling today, and this should tell you right then and there, on another country. See, you went potty.
He did.
And any nudes.
Uh-uh.
So then, another reason why you got to prep and prep hard is, see, it says another country, right? But directed the statement towards the United States of America. Think about it right there. Directed the U.S. This is why Americans, see, the threat, should remove all nuclear weapons. When remove all nuclear weapons, you're going to love this. All nuclear weapons for 5 or 6 countries where they're deployed, and that's it, he said. Think about it. I'll leave that up for you because that was some of the news articles right there, and this is why you need. See, again, the same thing with him, Speaking of reporters in Moscow meeting Russian player Lukashenko responded, of course, to the comments by French president saying, I agree with him. This is why Americans should remove all the nuclear weapons from 5 or 6 countries where they're deployed, and that's it. No, you see, these countries have granted us permission under NATO. NATO's afraid that if we remove them, the nukes could be used to wipe out all the rest of the countries, leaving only 4 half-pint tin pot dictators. This is just my opinion, not misinformation. That would literally target us. Now, yeah, that no country can deploy nuclear weapons on. Speaking to reporters, question, comments, I agree with this. And then he says we need to destroy them all. Oh, really? But you want to sit there and put them in Belarus to target NATO, but you want us to destroy all ours? I say we freaking just get rid of fucking. Never mind. Point is people have problems. Yeah. So. And then, you got China basically talking about he'll call Zelensky at the right moment. Yeah. And then, the foreign minister says you can put pressure on Hungarian lawmakers, but Sweden will be the next to ascend to NATO. Yeah. And some of these, will, as a prepper, you gotta keep prepping. I mean, here we go. North Atlantic Treaty shares its border with Finland's accession, right? NATO expanding the Russian border. It's Russians approaching with its military infrastructure at the border of NATO. So basically, they're saying NATO is putting up bases around the thingy. Well, they can if the country allows it. All right. Peskov's comment comes in response to NATO Security General Jens Stoltenberg's remark that Russia needs to be closely monitored due to the decision to station tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Here we go. You see, and this is another reason why you guys need to prep. Let me get that off your screen and give you the newest link so you guys can be right there. See? There you go. So you're reading and following along with me. So basically, so it says, naturally, we will take measures to ensure every time NATO approaches our borders in order to rebalance the entire security architecture on the continent. So if you think, the U.S. thinks that Russia's too dumb to deploy nukes, think again. Russia's only trying to basically make us look like it. Hey, Chloe, is it wet out there? Excuse me for a second. I said, is it wet out there? Why do you use the Rita? You're gonna have to fucking wash my blanket. No son of a bitch, it's wet and dirty, and I don't want dirt or wet on my blankie. Very fond of my warm blankies too. Yeah, Chloe's like, yes, I'm a son of a bitch. All right, so let's continue, shall we? So, so basically, it is a big report. This is, we're only halfway through the news. So, yeah. So basically, Lukashenko is a puppet to Russia. Yeah, so and then they talk about the Nord Stream pipeline. you know. So, you know. So apparently, you know, you got these leaders going to China, you know. So they're trying to rebalance everything. Yeah. So, you know, you got the thing about, Sweden, going to be part of it. You see, right now, we got to worry what's going to happen with the new NATO expansion of Finland. You see, Hungary and Turkey are trying to delay Sweden. If Sweden gets in, that's the last piece. But between Sweden, right, you got Norway and Denmark, right? And Sweden's in the middle. So Sweden's NATO ascension would not help anyways because most of the border of, so the thing is, so I want to share with you this, okay? So here's what the context is, right? We are in a hot phase of the war because the Ukrainian Nazis are using American weapons first and foremost, right? First and foremost. Now, this was an article I posted yesterday about the war, right? Let me just share this with you, right? First and foremost. Now, if you look at here, this is another, you better prep, right? Yeah, I'm breaking it down into smaller sections for the content. It says, and the Americans, our administration keeps threatening to deliver long range and more deadly weapon systems. I'll give you that part after you read on the screen, right? But nevertheless, think we should support our relations and hope the Americans right? Let's just share this on the screen. And hope I'm going to get the rest for you. And the American administration keeps threatening to deliver long-range missiles, more deadly weapon systems, right? That's why you got to prep. You got to look at the the wording. All right, this is why you look at the prepping, okay? Americans will wake up once and return to the negotiating table. We'll see. We won't have to wait much longer. You see, the key word is we won't have to wait much longer. You see, yesterday's thing, right? Let me just post that on the wall in a second. All right. So think about it as a prepper. Yeah. So again, right here, Belarusian station see Lukashenko and Putin to 2-day discuss tactical nuclear weapons in the neighboring country. Let's see if we can fit that in. Right. Let's see. So apparently, there. Let's see. No, did you go? Right. Okay, so I'm posting another thing. Okay, so see that, but nevertheless, think we should continue to support a revolution. I hope that the Americans will wake up once and we're going to go see what we won't have to wait much longer. Right there, see, they're talking about nukes. Now I got another article I'm going to share with you in a second, right? So the Belarusian president said Lukashenko and Putin to be a 2-day summit said Russia plans to station tactical nuclear weapons. Think of it. The little breadcrumbs are right here. to station tactical. Yeah, right. Let me use this again. Does this tell you anything about prepping or preps? Better prep and prep fast than have a pair because, frankly, station tactical nuclear weapons. He said Moscow had already transferred the short-range missile system, the device that can be fitted with nuclear or conventional warheads. Yeah, so another preppers thing right here. You better prep some more because I just read you this too. See? Said Moscow transferred the Iskander short-range missile system device that can be fitted with nuclear and conventional warheads. This is the real deal, people. Yeah. And then he says Ukraine will propose a peace thing. Yeah, if their peace proposal is more likely going to be, right? Lukashenko's Ukraine peace proposal was discussed during meeting with Putin. Peace proposal. Now you better prep for that because their peace proposal is nuke anyone who gets in our way that's providing weapons to Ukraine, which for the people in Ukraine, Russia thinks about nuking someone like us, all right? Remember how Putin threatened to blow us all up if we gave planes? Well, now there's old MiG-29s being used. Yeah. So Putin and Lukashenko begins a summit to discuss weapons. Yeah, let's see right there. This if this doesn't scare you alone, let me just cut this, paste this. Then you preppers need to. You see that peace proposal? Let's just do this, right? Headline right here, right here. Putin and Lukashenko some of us discussing weapons. Yeah, you see. So while you're sitting there talking about weapons, you got to ask yourself, why, right? Yeah, discussing weapons. Okay, we're just gonna post this part, right? So we're gonna basically talk about this. I talked about yesterday, right? But think of this, all right? This is another reason why you need to keep on prepping people. You know, a lot of people say they just want to die, you know. See, listen to this. Sitting along Putin, you know, he says the missiles are flying and the military equipment is on the move. So we will overcome everything with a little bit of time. A little bit of time. He's talking about just dropping the big one, right? And he thinks if they drop the big one, and drop 20 big ones or 30 big ones, NATO will submit. Thing is, he wants to be a full, complete dictator like China. Fortunately, China's got their own way of running the countries, and I think China's doing it more humanely than a half-pint tin pot dictator using the nuclear card. Says here, Russian plans to station tactical nuclear in neighboring Belarus. Transferred the Iskander was fitted with nuclear, right? We've already heard this, but these are the words that you need to analyze. And these are the words that you need to, hold on. Device to be confitted, hold on. Nuclear weapons, right? So right there, see, device that can be fitted, the bottom part's right here, right? With nuclear weapons. I'll post that real quick too, see? It says here, I must say it's been done in all areas. Tomorrow we'll discuss this. This concerns our interaction in the international arena and the joint solution of issuing and ensuring the security of our states. results of our work in the economic sphere. So they're not going to just go in. Again, better prep like crazy. I'm going to see if Tildor is listening to the word prep every time, see how much he passes out, okay? So Lukashenko says he's definitely earned his paycheck. Yeah. So anyways, out of all the news, okay, we're done with the current Ukrainian news. I've covered it all. Didn't take too long, right? Here. Yeah, see? Again, nuclear or conventional weapons. So, does that ring a bell for any of you preppers out there? Let's just finish this coffee, okay? So, is it? Let's go over Tildor's comments too again. And I forgot. Sorry, Tildor. School is in session still. So, I hope that this information helps you. Yeah, think about it. Some guy named Noel was banned. Yep. Let's go over to the comments real quick, okay, with Tildor. I'll leave my channel open. And then we're going to talk about the other issues, you know. Right. And it goes like this, okay. So, okay. So last night, right? Did I even get any views last night on the we will see video, or did it even come in? Let me see. Yeah, 15. Okay, no comments. Okay, so Tildor didn't comment. He must have commented on my 3-hour video last night. So currently, okay, that's what. Let's just go through the comments of Tildor. So Tildor says, we can't get involved with the he says, whoever called me a jackass just lost it. Now, let's just say a lot of people out there have called you a jackass, Tildor, on the reasons that you say gift cards are on the way, but you've had my email for a long time, so there's a lot of people out there calling you a jackass for using the gift card thing. I'm gonna just post this just to be funny. The Tildor claims he's a prepper. Okay, I like his comments. He said, whoever called me a jackass has missed out on a gift card. So I'm putting it on the screen this morning, all right? So my email, the last time I checked, okay, anytime he brings up gift cards, I'm always checking anyways because I wanted to do a poll or a drawing of some sign, right? See, the other day, 2 days ago, it says the Black Swan is getting ready to take off, right? The Black Swan. Now, everyone knows what the Black Swan is. It's mostly a banking event, right? Another reason for you to prep, okay? Because the latest news I understand is they're talking about the collapse of Bank of America. That's what they're saying. But, you got someone like Higgins who's like, oh, the banking's great. Really. Let me tell you what's going on in the world, okay? I'm gonna shoot straight here, okay? I don't like saying this, but I'm gonna say something, and it might piss off Brother Higgins, it might not, okay? Let me tell you a story, okay? Now, there's people in the world that believe that they're entitled. Okay. Everyone believes that in the world, not just Chloe, right? Look what Chloe does. She believes that she's entitled to do her laundry first, even though I got all the quarters. Now we found out from law enforcement, the management company, spies around the island, that Chloe goes and buys and does her laundry first, right? Why do you think I got 5 bags of underwear and socks under my bed I didn't know about? And all of a sudden, Chloe says, oh, because Chloe's too lazy to hang them up and downsize. So what do I got to do? I bought a hamper. I asked Higgins specifically to do a check on hampers to give me a suggestion, which one he'd recommend with reviews, right? Nothing. Okay. Let me tell you a story about something that upset me to no end, okay? So, one of Teldor's jokes was we'll save money. Me and Higgins will move in. Sorry, guys, but I'm not living with anyone when Chloe leaves, okay? However, I will be talking about Boxville. Okay, let's just talk about prepping, okay? Yeah, okay. Have a pool our resources. Let me just get this proper, okay? So as a prepper, you got to listen carefully, okay? During tough times, we have to pool our resources, right? That's what he said. Well, that's where you come in with family, right? Yeah. Pool our resources. Rita's a good cook and will take care of. Okay, I won't. All right. Now, the truth is in the pudding, See, he says again, maybe Chloe moves to cardboard Boxville. You can no. You see, Zoe's not welcome here right now because Zoe accused me of doing something I have never done in my life, and because of it, she's still angry at the fact that she didn't know Chloe was a partner at one time. She just should have asked. So basically, let me just say we got plans, okay? And with the prepping getting worse, I told Zoe she can always contact me at any time, okay? But let's just do this. There's one comment that I want to share with you all. He says you should have a rummage sale and sell some. Yeah, well, let me just put it this way. Bruise is not something I need. So, Chloe's still saying the Tildor is Zoe, which that's her opinion. So I'm almost out of 7-Up. I gotta get some 7-Up and milk today. So, did we already do the beer drinking game thing? Because, we didn't? Okay, well, I'm going to post that next, okay? Because that's pretty funny, all right? So, Tildor says you have a rummage sale. Working on that too, Tildor. Okay, that's a good idea. But he says, I was playing a beer game. Right? And I had Rita's videos, okay? And every time I heard the word prep, right? Wow, beer buzz. All right, and then we got one more to post on Tildor's comments, okay? He says, prep like you have a pair, right? Or stack like you have a rack. Okay, yeah. So, bottom line is for you preppers out there is this, okay? Think about it. Tildor is basically making a statement, okay? Now, if I could find someone, hypothetically, which I'm not going to take anymore in my life, okay? I'm not going to accept anyone in my life to live with me. It's too much of a hassle. I give 6 years of my life to what? Someone who's me, I, right? I may be a good cook, right? But I don't want the job, all right? Now, let me just tell you what I want to talk about, okay? There's people out there, right? There's people out there that sit there in the world on their ass. Now, me and brother Higgins was talking about this the other day, but I think Higgins, because he's like, oh, I can't hear you. I don't understand. I want Tildor to explain it in a comment later, okay? So, brother Tildor, sister Tildor, if you're Zoe, whatever, shake a leg and make a statement because I'm about to say something, all right? There's people in the world that deserve nothing. They don't deserve anything. They think that they're entitled. Okay. There are people out there that think they're entitled. Okay. There's people out there that don't trust their fucking government, okay? I don't trust the government as far as I can spit, okay? But the government currently is basically going along, right? You know how many advocates I've had stacked my email up this morning, huh? You want to know how many? I help people out, friendly help, in other states. Now, mind you, give me 1 second. Other states, right? People in other states. I help Higgins. But Higgins is like, see, there's too many dumb shits out there. And freeloading bums. Let me post this because of it, right? Right. Gift cards are on the way, peeps. Gift cards aren't on the way. That's the thing, you know. That's the thing. I've not seen one gift card from Tildor. Besides, that is why, you know, basically Chloe's violently angry too. You see, Chloe thinks if someone's going to say gift cards are on the way, gift cards are on the way, okay? Now, I want to finish my statement about people in the world that think they're entitled. You see, let me put it to you this way, okay? When you buy a pet, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, dishes are fine. Don't worry about that. When you buy a pet, the pet's entitled to food, water, and love. Say hello, Ebo. See? He's entitled to loves, hugs, kisses, and a clean cage. Hi. How you doing today, huh? You happy to be out for once, huh? Well, everyone loves him, you see? So, that's an example. Pet is entitled to food. If you like clothing, give him clothing. Food, water, and love, right? Some people can't give love. Hi. How's my little guy, huh? And before you ask, yes, he is full grown. This is a Dutch dwarf. What do you think? You don't like Dutch dwarfs, and you got a problem with cutie pies like Ebo. I gotta get ready to go. Yeah. Yeah. So, someone else claims, right? In the world, let me grab something first because this might be a long rant. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So the discussion of prepping, right? So a lot of people out there think, well, I'm entitled. They're not entitled to shit. That's the thing. You know, people sit there and they say they work for it, right? There's people all over that say, well, I'm entitled for free cigarettes, free cell phone, free this, free that. Right? The government is now getting smarter. Cut off the food stamps. What do? One person working at home. The rest of you turd nuggets, you know, is The rest of you turd nuggets, turn around and tick turds and complain, right? You hear all these people saying, "Oh well, I you know." I, on the other hand, I'm tired of people sitting there going me, I, me, I, right? As a prepper out there, you got to ask yourself, are you entitled? No. There's all these people. Okay, let me tell you a story. Okay, I know a guy, right? A guy. Well, let's just break it down to multiple people. Okay, who some have lawsuits, some have this, some have that, some have whatever, right? They all think that they're gonna have big bucks, right? Money ain't gonna mean jack shit to anyone. You know why? Because unless you're investing in peer gold, you're not gonna survive. Most people won't. You can buy all the groceries you want and prep. There's a lot of people on the Democratic side that don't want to live. They don't want to live. They think it's better to not live. I left my unit in 536 off last night due to the fact we had windstorms that could corrupt the memory card. Apparently, it's very, very rare to have a memory card get corrupted, but it happened. So I, ran my 15X. Now, let me tell you a story, okay? There's people out there, right? People out there that think they will charge you what they think is right for a fee for services, right? The thing is there's people out there, right? So my point is this, okay? People in the world aren't entitled, okay? And because the news is coming on, I want to look over the content too. I think it wasn't even there. Tildor said something about Bank of America the other day. It was Bank of America or something a month ago. He might have said. Let me go through the comments because I want to clearly find it because I am kind of disgusted at. Wow, even going all the way to February. This is pretty damn good. Okay, so February is as far as back as he went. Okay. So he says, give up a beer called this ain't kindergarten. The black swan is flapping its wing. Remember, the black swan was flapping its wings. Now it's taking talks about Powerball winner. So head on a swivel. Blue Wave ain't gonna save you. 2024 Blue Wave won't save you because the banking collapse will be coming along. Black Swan prep like shit. Rita for teacher of the year. Hold on. See, I actually gave him everything that needed. See, like it talks about gift cards, but 2 months ago I've given him my email address and no gift card, so yeah. So prep. Yeah, that's something that really, he was upset about the First Rights Amendment. Yeah, they are. So I'm trying to see about the Bank of America thing. Yeah. But yeah, he was literally saying, a lot of these preppers out there in the world that prep aren't prepping for themselves. They're prepping and getting you to buy them crap so they can basically make a living. And I'm telling you guys the truth. You got to look through the entire thing. I was told the other day that I got to look at the glass as full or empty, not half empty. I'm sorry to say, but I'm a realist, so I don't give a shit. And my realist is going to basically get, See, here's what Tildor said a month ago. The world is laughing at the USA. We are bankrupt. That's what I said. We are bankrupt. And we're sending billions to Ukraine, poking the Russian bear. Remember, I'm a polar bear, so no good. Americans are getting played like a cheap fiddle, you see. You see, here's the problem with the country, okay? So he says Slow Joe is hell bent on sending us down the rabbit hole. That's true, you see. But I'm not done yet. So, we have he asked about the prepping thing, whiskey peeps. So we're trying to find the comment about Bank of America, and I think it was Wells Fargo was next. That's what I was thinking. But let's just basically say, for the argument of the banking sector, okay, please excuse me. I'm still about 1 month, little house on the prairie. Intel's coming in hot. Yeah, chew and whiskey. Well, I tried to get Chloe to give me some whiskey, and she said no. So then when I went to go to the store, she blocked my way and said no. You can still have a good time. Big shout out to Dr. Rita, best in business, schools in session, paying attention, including the beautiful Zoe. Hello to Moppy. Yeah, well, the rant is, Old Crow for Chaser. Yes, I used to drink Old Crow Tildor. That is something, I asked for Jim Beam. Not going to happen. Chloe's like, no. I was like, why? She says you take medicine and the liquid gluten, she's calling beer liquid gluten, is damaging my tum-tum. So, one of the things I want to tell you is everything's good, See, it says, get your money out of the banks. Oh, yes, here it is. So 3 weeks ago, Tildor said this. I want to share with you, okay? If I only found part of the banking class to discuss. You see, 3 weeks ago, he said, okay, I want to tell you this. I don't want to reply. I actually want to comment. Okay, so Tildor said 3 weeks ago this, okay? This is very important to you guys, all right? This is what he said. 3 weeks ago, he says, for your information, peeps, get your money out of the banks. They're collapsing, okay? And then Tildor was talking about Bank of America taking a dump, right? But it wasn't. It was Wells Fargo. So far, Wells Fargo is stacked up. So a lot of people are saying, well, Wells Fargo stacked up, then it doesn't matter. Well, let's just say I was reading an article today about the news article on the banking collapse. Banks, okay, let me read you this, okay, so we can get to the banking thing, okay? I'm going to read you this entire article, okay? I'm also going to tell you we got one update in the Ukraine crap, which just came out. I don't know what it's saying, so it's like, nothing intense, I guess, okay? So it says here, let's read this because this is very important. Oh, and before we continue, I want to get that Wells Fargo is going to take a dump too. So, oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so read that. Let's talk about the banks. And I want to go through this with you, okay? When you get done, you'll understand what's going on, okay? Pay attention. School's in session still. Says London, the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, warned this week of vulnerabilities. I'm going to highlight this just for you guys. Warned this week of vulnerabilities. Remember, this is my channel, so I want you to use that vulnerabilities as a firebrand for prepping, okay? When I read an article, okay, this is one of the reasons why you prep. Probably by the time my video gets done, Tildor is going to be so damn hammered if he's doing the chasing beer game. So you have a video, drink beer whenever she said the word prep. Okay, so now let's continue. Among so-called non-bank financial institutions saying global financial stability could hinge on their resilience, the Bank of England called for the attention of the same issue last month. So let's first do this. I'm going to highlight another one. Remember, we just said vulnerabilities, right? Now, how about this for another word for prepping? You see another prepping thing right there. See, the Bank of England. Mm-hmm. And the IMF. But you see the key words here. You got to look at the keywords and then analyze it. A global investor surveyed by Bank of America in the middle of the recent banking crisis pointed to a group of U.S. non-banks. U.S. right here, right? Another word you need to prep here. This is what I call, my friends, prepping words. Bank of America in the middle of the recent banking crisis points to a group of U.S. non-banks, right? Rather than traditional lenders such as the newly dysfunctional Silicon Valley Bank, most likely source of the credit crisis. See? Use that as a play on word, peeps. You see? But exactly how are non-banks and how risky are they? See, they just use the word risky. See? I'm analyzing this for you, right? As a prepper. Mm-hmm. So if you look at it from this point of view, right? Term encompass financial firms other than banks that provide all manner of financial, including lending to households and businesses, a diverse cast. Non-banks range from pension funds to insurance, mutual funds, and high-risk hedge funds. So listen to this. Non-banks range from, so basically retirement funds, right? So there's people out there, right, that I know that are not worried about their retirement funds, right? They should be. Yeah. So it says here, the sector is big. According to the Financial Stability Board, the FSB, pay attention here, a body of global regulators and government officials, non-banks, had about 229 trillion on their banks. Think about this. Remember, I told you on their books in 2021. This is going to scare you. So just in 2021 alone, there's people out there thinking that they're entitled to money. It's entitled to big bucks. It's people like that. And you see that $239 trillion is debt. World's debt. Counting, okay, for just half of the world's total financial assets. Half. So let's just round this up to another dollar, okay? Because this is gonna scare the shit out of you next, okay? Right? So let's just say 240, right? 240. 480, right? 480. So 240, 480. Okay, let's just do it this way. I'm gonna actually make a comment here. Now, read that. That was my own hand. 480 trillion is the total world's debt. Country can't sustain itself. The banking system can't sustain itself. Non-bank assets make up of half of all the global financial assets. Yeah. That tells you right there the truth. The numbers don't lie. See, I was talking about the other day, right? I remember talking 2+ years ago, okay? And this was my own math, okay? I do spreadsheets, okay? When I was doing spreadsheets, I said it would cost us about $16 to $24 trillion to give every American a stimulus check for 12 months minimum. Yeah. Non-bank financial instituted accounted for 50% of all, nearly 50%. Okay, this is the number. So I'm just rounding it up to 50%. Okay, it says 49%. You want to get checked, but right there, see, non-bank financial institutions. Think about it. Tildor has been telling you this for a while. The banking system cannot contain itself. We're only halfway through this article. We're done. Sector has grown strongly since the global financial crisis in 2008, with an asset base expanding 7% a year. See, think of this. I'm just gonna share this part here too. This is a play on words. You see, 7% per year. So debt's gonna get bigger and bigger because people are financing everything on credit. Interest rates hits rock bottoms years of fall of the crisis. Savers and investors turn to non-bank search for higher returns. Meanwhile, as regulators place more restriction on bank lending, certain types of borrowing, such as riskier consumer, increasingly sought out non-banks for finance. So let's just share that part with you because you got to hear this. You see, now that they're going through different backdoor channels, that's what we call it, backdoor channels, there is a banking collapse brewing. Another reason why you need to seek out prepping. Let's just post this. See, 7 years and an average, right? Let me just. Doesn't this tell you what you need to know, my friends? This is why I keep telling you the banking collapse could still happen. So, the non-banks that provide credit, known as shadow banks. Shadow banks. Take that word. That's another prepping word. Shadow banks. I'm actually going to highlight that directly for you guys. Okay. Let me just highlight that. Okay. Now, Tildor is probably enjoying this valuable lesson today. This is another prepping word here. Shadow banks. Think about it. This is stuff that you need to learn for prepping people. So when something does go down the toilet, you guys are prepped. I have to check my main emails just in case soon anyway. So although the term is often used to imprecisely mean that all non-banks, it's warning the investors pulled by Bank of America. See, they're not talking about Wells Fargo. They're talking about Bank of America. You see, Bank of America has invested money. You can read between the lines. And these shadow banks here. Non-banks are provided credit is known as shadow banks. I want you to think about that word, shadow banks. This is something that's very scary. Let's post that there. Shadow banks. Can I continue getting this article? Shadow banks now make up about 14% of the financial assets. Think about it. 14% of the financial assets. Again, read between the line. Shadow banks. You see this? This is another reason why you, the preppers, need to prep. I'll continue in a minute, my friends. Okay. And like many non-banks, operate without the same level of regulatory oversight and transparency as banks, because again, it is quote unquote why you need to prep. You see, this is stuff that you need to think about. Your retirement could be invested. What are the risks? That's the next question right here in this article. What are the risks? This is another wording for you better prep. Because I'm not done yet, peeps. Remember, I said bank failures. That should have been addressed first, but some of the risks that non-banks run into and interest rates are rising as they are now. The sector's largest size means its troubles could on their own destabilize the entire financial system. I'll highlight that. The entire financial sector. You see that? What are the risks? Think about it. Here you go. We're following this article, as you know. This is a prepping article that you should know about. They are now. The sector's largest size means it could trouble on their own destabilize the entire financial system. I'm going to highlight that for you. The entire financial sector. Think about it. You see, financial system. See? Destabilize the entire financial system. Yeah, that's the risk. You see? Mm-hmm. Or you're going to sit around and hope like Uncle Sam's or your government, King Charlie's going to bail you out. But they could also spread traditional banks through real and perceived interconnections. So it could basically destabilize everything. Think about it. This is why I'm sharing this with you. One of the risks is likelihood credit losses. In the report in November, the European Central Bank called out persistent vulnerabilities. I'm going to highlight that next. Persistent vulnerabilities. Persistent vulnerabilities. Think about it, peeps. Persistent vulnerabilities. Yeah. This is the damaging thing of the banking sector. Too much credit's out there. People are basically financing everything they want, from TVs to video games to breast implants to plastic surgery to everything. I know a guy who claims cash is king. Cash may be king. But what if the government turns around and says to the grocery stores, you may not take cash? It says in the non-banking sector, the risk of substantial credit loss, if it incorporates borrowers started to default, and it's weakening the economy. I'll highlight that next. Substantial credit losses. Think about it. The risk of substantial credit losses. Yeah. Weakening economy. This is why you guys need to prep. I'm giving you the real news here, people. The real news is right there. Prepping is essential. Weakening economy. Yeah. Right there. Weakening economy, okay? Well, the economic outlook of Europe has brightened since the start of the year. Fear of a U.S. recession has grown following the collapse of SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, and Signature Bank, and the rescue of the First Republic Bank last month. Economies on both sides of the Atlantic remain fragile, as interest rates are expected to rise further and energy prices still high despite recent falls. Well, I got a report from Higgins the other day about gas prices. He had topped his car up, grown following the collapse of the Signature and First U.S. recession start of the year. Fears of U.S. recession has grown here. Another prepping word. Weakening economy. How's this? Since the start of the year, fears of U.S. For last month, right? Has grown after bailing two banks out. Bailing, they say, oh, well, we have over 4,700 banks. They won't all collapse. Fortunately, they can't. Now they're talking about shadow banks is what's going to kill countries. Economies on both sides of the Atlantic, despite remain fragile. Remember that word. That's another word that we're going to use as a prepping tool. Remains fragile. As a prepper, fragile. Remain fragile. Think about it. Why? Because this is the stuff that you have to read between the lines. As interest rates are expected to rise further and energy prices are still despite recent fall. The other risk stems from what is known as liquidity mismatch, not a prepping tool. Well, which exists in the open-ended funds, a type of mutual funds. Open-ended funds allow jittery investors to hold their money quickly, but often cash tied up in assets that can't be sold as quickly to return money to clients. There's a liquidity mismatch right there. Right there. See here, remain fragile. Another word we're going to use as liquidity mismatch is now another word for you to prep. All these words are highlighted for a reason. This is the stuff that I've been telling you to prep. I said there might be a 2 or 3% chance a banking collapse could happen. The banking collapse could happen worse. Let me see here. Temperature is 51. Right there. Liquidity mismatch. I've highlighted that too. See, mismatch. See, this is another prepping right there. Liquidity mismatch, which exists in open-end funds, type of an open-ended investors that hold their money quickly. They pull their money quickly, but often have cash tied up in assets that can't be sold as quickly to return money to clients. Yes, and you see, so they're saying they can't pull money out fast enough for these people's retirements. Man, this is a long article, but you guys as a preppers need to prep. Rising interest rates and all uncertain economic outlook have made funding for some European non-banks more expensive and harder to come by, which means European banks could fail. Nicholas Charney, who covers the European Financial Institute and S&P Global Rating, told news agency. Since non-banks do not take deposits from customers, they're mostly exempt from the strict requirements of losing and absorbing capital and liquidity opposed on banks. They are mostly exempt from stricter requirements. Okay, I'm going to use that. Imposed on banks. See? So this is what the banks are doing is they're going through a back door. Absorbing capital and liquidity. Yeah. And most are not subject to regular tests by regulatories to ensure they can cope in a range of adverse scenarios. So this is what they call shadow banks, and a banking failure could happen. In a report at S&P 2 point another alarming feature in many non-banks. Shadow banks cannot access emergency funds, central bank funding in times of stress. We don't expect the government to use taxpayers' funds to recapitalize a failed shadow bank firm. You see, failed thing again. Remember, prepping word is shadow bank. Yeah.
Here we go.
So, what's that tell you, my friends? Tells us that you guys need to prep. This means the public authorities have limited tools to mitigate contagion risks. This is all highlighted, so I'm going to leave this as a highlight. That means that your money ain't safe because most of these banks, it will help that a big non-bank or a large part of the sector can infect traditional lenders because non-banks both lend to and borrow from banks and invest in the assets of their own conventional peers. Yeah, see? Right there. Conventional peers. Those are conventional peers. Yes. A notorious example, the collapse of the U.S. fund Archegos Capital Management 2 years ago, which caused about $10 billion worth of losses across the banking sector, and more than half that was sustained by Credit Suisse, which counted for Archegos among its clients. It contributed to a string of scandals and compliance failures that have plagued the Swiss lender in recent years, eventually leading to emergency takeover by UBS. U.S. Fund Capital Management 2 years ago. See, this is stuff that you need to know. See. 2 years ago, which caused more than Credit Suisse. Yeah. Why? This is telling you right there what you need to know to prep people. I keep telling you, prep for banking collapse. A lot of you people think the government will just bail you out. And now we're getting to the final part of the report, which should tell you what you need to know about prepping and eventually leading to an emergency takeover of rival UBS Bank. Yeah, this is a big story. This is stuff that people need to know. Why do I think I keep telling you guys to keep prepping? Where are the risks? This is where you got to prep. Some regulators are concerned that certain corners of the sector, particularly, are exposed to an SVB-style run on assets that can in turn create losses for traditional lenders, aka big banks. Right there, aka to big banks. Right there, see? You see, people don't understand what the banking sector is doing completely. This is why I'm telling you guys. Open-ended funds are especially risky. Scores of panicked investors redeem their holdings. At the same time, these funds need to rapidly sell all their assets to make payments. They were telling this to CNN, by the way. This is something that you need to think about, which could turn out to be some of their assets to make their payments. Think about it. To make their payments. Now, a fire sale of, say, of government bonds, which could cripple the governments of the world, multiple funds would depress the value of these bonds. Depress the value of these bonds. You can read everything in the comments that I'm posting. Leading to losses to the bonds of other holders, which may include banks. So, while you hear people say cash is king, the government can tell these stores, we're not allowing these people to take cash. Says this is what happened last fall when UK pension funds used the so-called liability-driven investment approach to sell UK government bonds, which were crashing on the back of them Prime Minister's Liz Truss. Disastrous budget plans. See? Isn't that scary? We're crashing on the backs of Prime Minister's budget plan that created the vicious spiral in the country's bond market. Yeah, see? In the words of the Bank of England, remember we used that earlier, toppling the UK financial system. Mm-hmm. Direct and indirect links between banks and non-banks are not the only source of a system-wide risk. Confidence matters hugely in banking, and mere perception the bank sector might be connected to a struggling non-banking could spark a broader financial crisis. Let's just get that. Hugely in banking. Yes, you see? And in mere perception of financial, yada, yada, yada. Remember, I'm going to highlight that banking crisis. Another prepping word. Another prepping word. A broader financial crisis. Another prepping word there. This is why you broader financial crisis. You see? And this is why you guys need to worry about prepping. This form of contagion risk by perceived proximity or reputational bank should not be underestimated, the S&P said in its report. Regulators are beginning to plan a more active role in March. The Bank of England has said it would conduct a stress test of the UK financial system. Which would cover non-banks. Through it noted that an exercise would not amount to a test of individual firms' resilience. Bank of England. Remember, the Bank of England is doing this. Yeah. Which would cover non-banks. Through it noted the exercise would not amount to a test of individual firms. U.S. and European financial watchdogs will also propose to introduce swing pricing. Again, they highlighted swing pricing. I'll highlight it too. Swing pricing. A mechanism that would impose cost on pulling cash from the money market fund, a type of open-ended fund, to avoid diluting the value of other investors' holdings and discourage runs on funds' assets, which means banking runs. Does this tell you exactly what needs to be done? Yes. A type of fund to avoid diluting the value of investors' holdings, encouraging runs of the fund's assets, which means banking runs again. Finally, in a report to non-banks released this week, the International Monetary Fund said it would welcome stricter, I'm going to highlight that, stricter supervision, another prepping word for you could lose your money, of the sector, which must include rules on their capital buffers to access liquidity, which means sell-offs. Story end. Yes. What's that tell you? So, that means if there's 400 and $80 billion in debt, $480 trillion in debt, no country can sustain themselves. I will be back to talk more about that. I got to run to the toilet. So remember, I do this non-scripted. Hey, what's up? Yeah, well, there's like 5 bags under the damn bed too. Well, probably have a few more quarters too. Do laundry over the weekend. But it's all done. Gotta hang them all up in the closet. Anyways, yep. Preppers better be prepping. Banking collapse looks like it's on the horizon. Okay, peeps, I'm back. So, now with all this information, hopefully you got a refill on your coffee too, by the way. With all this information floating around, by the way, my lighter, we have situations. Yeah. Question is, what are you going to do about it? You got to prep, okay? Now, you guys also got to prep for another reason. See, you're a hungry little guy, aren't you? Look at him. Isn't he cute? You got to prep. Think of it. You got a banking collapse talking about on the horizon. You got all the keywords to nuclear war. which Russia claims, and Lukashenko is saying, oh, you need to pull all your nukes out of Europe. No, we're not pulling our nukes out of Europe, because that's a deterrent that Russia needs to realize. If he's going to put them in Belarus, then we're going to keep ours in our NATO nations. Hey, Mom, how you doing? You got plenty of water? Good boy. You see, the American people, I gotta mark some stuff on the preppers list today. Milk. You need milk. Is that all you need, Mommy, is milk? I need milk. Chloe grabbed a half gallon, and I need 7-Up again. Still running a fever, by the way, people. So, not only as a banking collapse could happen, I'm checking my email right now because, Tildor says gift cards are on the way, right? Well, I'm checking because I told him I wanted to do a $25 or $50 what do you call it? Gift card for a drawing, but we don't have a drawing because Tildor keeps talking about, now the gift cards, but if he sent it to me, it would go into my account anyways, and he knows it. So that's why, I was hoping that we could find some happy medium to give a gift card to people to start prepping a little better, So, gift cards are on the way, peeps. Well, I haven't seen any gift cards. I just checked my email for you guys. But question is, in the content that I'm giving you too, this is serious stuff, people. Think about it. This is serious stuff. You got banking failures. You have nuclear war. They're talking nuclear war. They're talking in code where you got to go and talk to Intel people. I have Intel people inside that are saying, they're basically telling the world not to worry. They're literally telling the world not to worry. Yeah. They're saying, oh, nothing's going to happen. We don't see Russia really doing this stuff. Russia's all talk. I don't see it that way. My Intel's saying it's hot as hot, like Tildor. Tildor's saying Intel's coming in hot. The Intel is hot. Let me tell you a story, okay? Doesn't matter if you ended up with $1 million in cash, or $500,000, or $300,000, or $200,000. The money's going to be fucking useless. No one's gonna fucking. Hold on a sec. RPG here. What is it? Okay, sorry about that. These Midland radios we're using today, so I have it sitting over there for a reason. Midlands are pretty good.
Okay, so my laundry's in the dryer. Your first few things, laundry is in the washer.
Chloe works for cigarettes. Here you go.
Yeah, dude. I'll use this one.
No, that one's empty. That one I never filled. It was that one I filled. Higgins was saying, oh, this could cause a fire. Can't cause a fire unless you strike it. Otherwise, you don't use it. This is my mom's. She used to use it all the time. So, the point being is, I got a pipe lighter somewhere, but point being is you guys got to prep, okay? Time's running out, all right? You say, oh, the government's going to give, really? How's the government working out for you? Since March was no more food stamps. Most states are cutting off food stamps, and then most states aren't reinstating the welfare offices to work in the office. They're still working at home, which means you can't get a hold of anyone just to ask about research or just for a phone service. Think about it. I literally paid $15 this month for my phone, which, by the way, is my Flip phone. See? All my bills are paid this month. All my bills. And yet, I haven't even bought anything, right? As a prepper, you need to prep for situations. And those situations are pretty damn bad. When you got to prep for Easter, you got to prep for any and all situations. You got to prep for it all. And the thing is I've already placed my orders on Amazon. They're due to come in. Toilet paper, paper towels, potassium iodide tablets, canned Spam, and bottled water. That's all I need. Why? Because I'm not tolerating, quote unquote, being without. I also know that a lot of people say to me, what's with the rice and beans? You can't basically make rice and beans unless you have a stove to cook on. Now, if there's no power, how are you going to do it? That's why you basically focus on canned goods. Canned goods, as long as they're sealed, you can eat canned goods. You can eat cold chicken noodle soup. Gildor says, prep like you have a pair. Make sure you prep whiskey. Whiskey is something you can prep in your preps. Vodka, gin, scotch, Canadian. Beer, you either keep it cold or you don't. Beer only lasts a certain time before it goes flat anyway. So you don't want to prep beer. You want to prep spirits. You can't prep long-term soda because eventually soda goes flat too. So think about it from that is, no dog in the fight. Even the beautiful Zoe would agree. Yeah, well, the point is you got to prep like you have a pair, okay? Plain and simple. You prep because you have to prep. That's the thing. Prep like you got a pair. Till Laura's right. What's more important? Your food, your water, potassium iodide tablets, or most of these Democrats believe the government will bail them out. The thing is look at those numbers I posted. $480 trillion is the world's debt. We can't sustain ourselves. Banking collapse will fail. All this money is made out of thin air, which brings me to people saying, oh, well, cash is king. Really? I've read reports from my own Intel report, schools are still in session, that stated. It is? Here, let me see that. Hold on a second. Let me see that.
What light? It's not igniting. Huh, the wind must be blowing it out. Yeah, well, the wind just keeps blowing out.
Yeah. That's the case, take the big lighter. Anyways, point being is, you got to prep like you have a pair, okay? And that means you prep like your little buddy here. Make sure he's got dog food. Make sure Bun's got food. And you hope like hell nothing happens. But a lot of people are saying we, the preppers, are insane crackpots. Fortunately, we preppers aren't crackpots because I just gave you an entire breakdown of a report that took me over 20 minutes to report to you guys of the shadow banks. This is what's running our country right now. Running our world is the shadow banks. Do you really think these corporations, the meatpacking associations and the farmers and the meat processing plants or food processing distributions all really have real money? No. Real money went out a long time ago. And when we're not backed by gold, we're all backed by the U.S., almighty U.S. dollar. The dollar is failing. And because of it, you preppers out there, you know what I'm talking about. But the rest of you guys out there, you think the government's going to bail you out. Let me tell you, the government doesn't give a shit about you. If nuclear missiles happened, you can bend over, kiss your sorry ass goodbye, because most of us will be dead. They'll be hunkered down in a bunker for 35 years with food, but by the time they come out, they'll have to have, has anyone ever realized that these bunkers that they build, they've not built an area where they can dispose of bodies that have, that die in a bunker? Think about it. Some of these old farts, like, let's just say some of our our government officials that are long-term Congress and Senate, knock on wood, they don't happen there. But they pass away in a bunker. What happens? Someone's going to have to develop something in a bunker that can contain an underground crypt for them for 35 years before they can bury them above the ground, because it ain't going to be pretty in a bunker. No one takes an account of these things. Think about it. As a prepper, I just told you this. Why? Because you got to think about it. Americans are always worried about survival. Yes, but there's a lot of Americans out there. Let's talk about my friend Trish, right? Trishy. Hold on. Who said to me the other day, well, Trish is a sister. She said, and I quote, "I don't want to live if nuclear war happens." She's not afraid of dying of nuclear war. The truth is, there people don't want to live like my advocates because they're afraid of the secret death. The Grim Reaper bringing in nuclear war, the radiation. Let's just call it the radiation pestilence. That's what they're all afraid of. They don't want to live. They don't want to live. And I can understand that, because some of these people who are Democrats, who are not preppers, love everyone, by the way, can't afford to prep and survive. Prepping is a determination to survive. Look at my family. If nuclear war happened and let's just say Texas was wiped off the map, the radiation would kill them. Why would they want to live? They couldn't go outside to go raid people's food. Everyone's food would be contaminated. Think about Mama Pee Wee, for example. California would be radiated like crap. Oregon, Washington, Alaska, all the major cities. Hell, even Higgins' own capital where he lives. He lives in He lives. So basically, the main problem we have as a prepper is the American people need to realize that as a prepper, you have to look at the big picture. Think about it. You live on an island, right? And the wind ain't traveling so much. Problem you're going to have is people wanting to get off the island to go find their family members. There won't be any communications. I mean, you could get yourself a Faraday bag, okay? You could put your radios in a Faraday bag. I got some Faraday bags in my office. I prepped. Fortunately, those are one of the best investments you can have. But the question you got to ask yourself is, the radios, are you going to use them after war? Oh, hello, Mom. Hello, Mom. I'm making fun of Higgins. Hello, Mom. Thing is his mom could have passed away of radiation, or his dad, or his stepdad. I mean, we don't know what the radiation can do. We've never been under that circumstances. All we've done is dropped two in Japan as a last resort. But my point is how many people are going to radio me afterwards? How many people are going to radio me like Sister Deanna, or Sister Trish, or Sister Pam, or Sister Kathy, or Sister Chelsea? I mean, literally. Pam lives on a second floor. She's vulnerable. Chelsea lives on a ground floor. She's vulnerable. Deanna lives in a bunker like me. We'll be fine. Sister Trish lives in ground floor. Now, the other people, like the neighbors next door, they'll be fine. The neighbors next door there, they'll be fine because, well, it's empty right now. Then you got the next door across the way, which is the other two underground bunkers, which again, they will be fine. Then all the way down to Sister Deanna's area. Those two people in the ground will be. So anyone in the basement part of the bunkers, or as some of them call them, the dungeon, will be fine. Fortunately for the rest of you, unless you're in the country, you won't be fine. If they strategically strike properly, the capital cities will all be hit, which means where Higgins lives, it'll be hit. He won't even be able to get radio his mom. We don't know if the radios will even work afterwards, but, which brings me to another story for you all, okay? I was talking to Higgins the other day, right? And I've been looking at some radios on eBay, right? Now, right now is not the time to talk about radios and eBay, but for the sake of the argument, I want to talk about radios, right? Higgins claims they're all junk. Fortunately, I think Higgins claims it's all junk because, it's from eBay. Sometimes eBay has some really good deals. You can find new scanners that will last a long time. I mean, I was telling them about the GRE 300. It's basically the 97 Pro. You can get it new, so hoping someone would send me an email for a lower price, but, they were about $400. So brand new in the box, etc. But my point being is when you look at these radios, like the 649, he calls it junk, right? Thing is, a 649 Radio Shack's not junk. All right, a 649, for example, the prepper's tool. If you can't get a hold of a Whistler 1010W, which is the same thing, and Higgins, I think, thinks Whistler is junk. Well, you know what? Personally, I don't think Whistler is junk. Now, me and Higgins made a joke about the Bearcat BC 2500 XLT, which I wanted him to dig up information for. I made a joke with him the other day. I said, what am I paying for, right? This is I think it's a digital scanner. The problem with it is it has a rechargeable battery that's dead from like 30 years. So to me, that's one reason why you don't. Why do you think I keep telling people if you're going to buy a scanner used or new and you want something for a bug out, that you buy something that's new, right? Now I know for $80 you can get it, but some people have the different things, like the 1010W. There's 3 models. People didn't know that there was a 200 channel, a 300 channel, and a 400 channel. And for me, then there's the 1010WA, which is the Walmart edition, which means they lock them. So if someone stole a Walmart edition, tried to peddle it, you'd have to go through certain codes, and then Whistler would say, oh, this one's stolen or this one's not. They made it more difficult than just going through Amazon and buying. Here's the PSR 300. I like the blue color. The blue color is awesome, by the way. I like the blue, And if you look at the box, it's all their sealed plastic. That's something I would pay good money for, actually. But Higgins, he said, oh, it's junk. Oh, it's junk. Oh, it's junk. Now I'm looking at this. Did they actually reissue it? No, it just says ended. So apparently this guy here did not so I'm just going through, on things, but he was like, oh, this is junk. This is junk. That's junk. Oh, this one was sold. Cool. So sometimes you can get a good deal. A lot of people like the Grecoms anyways, but the point is when you look at some of them, you can actually see if it's ended or sold. This one was ended. So anyways, see, Mop's nudging me. But no, the point is nothing is junk. That's the thing. I also told Higgins I needed his decision on clothes hampers, and again, let's see. Hi, yes, perfect. Hi. Yes. So Point being is, hello, I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's in Arabic, I believe. Is that Arabic? Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it's Arabic. I think it's Arabic. Yeah, it's Arabic. His name's in Arabic. Nice to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Arabic. So, as a prepper, has anyone ever looked at? I was talking to someone last night about the Arab country, people that speak like Mr. and Mrs. Arabic there. Have you noticed that the oil nations don't have nukes for some reason? I guess they don't need nukes because, frankly, they think that selling their oil is more important. I think that's a good idea. But if someone ever strategically dropped nukes in the Arab nations and then let it dissipate 35 years later, they just stick their own flag, take all the oil for themselves. You see, problem is you see, another problem we have with the world is, as preppers, look at him. Isn't he cute? Look at my little dog. He's cute, isn't he? Is that, has anyone ever realized, I've talked in the past about oil. Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone. My name is Moppy, and I'm a dog, and I love my mommy, Rita, also known as Krabby McCoffee. Today's episode is brought to you by Purina Bacon Strips. I wanted sausages, but I got bacon strips. Oh, well, I feel privileged. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Isn't he adorable? He's just so cute. Oh, yeah. Anyways, here you go, Bub. The point I'm making for some of you out there is this. The American people, excuse me 1 second, got to use the restroom. The American people and the world people need to realize that we will be out of fuel by 2060. They're saying that if we don't do this electric car thing, we can run out of fuel by 2045. All oil will cease to exist. That means airplanes will be gone. And by the way, has anyone ever heard or researched electric airplanes yet? No. They're only working on electric cars, which, by the way, I was listening to my scanner the other day. Turns out there was a car fire. Turns out the batteries caught on fire. Those are right there what you need to know, peeps. What? You're with me again. What is it with you? Huh? Are you worried about me still? Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy, Mom. I love you. I just don't understand. Usually you don't even set foot on the little leave on the bathroom. What is it? Huh? What's wrong, little fur baby? Huh? Are you ill still, Mommy? Huh? Did you get your nose fixed, huh? What? What is it? Something wrong? Huh? Yeah, I hear you. Okay, Mom, I'm out. Anyways, for some of you out there wondering, apparently my doggy is following me everywhere I go. I got to tell you a story about Mop. Tildor, no gift cards have been received yet, okay? If you're sincere, you send gift cards. You don't talk about it in the comments, but we're not going to basically bring that up again. I'm going to tell you a sincere story today. So, Moppy, last night, okay, I was sleeping last night, right? See, there he goes. He's next to me again. See, let me show you what he's doing. See? Right there, see? He's just sitting there. He's standing next to me the whole time. It's like, something's wrong with him. You're a good boy. So, anyways, this morning I had some minor chest pain, right? He came straight to me, ran and got the nitro bottle. But last night there was something wrong with Moppy, okay? Moppy was literally whimpering, licking my face and whimpering. It was like, I don't know. I wonder if he was like this one before Aaron passed away, because if I remember correctly, Aaron, he was I don't know. And Aaron was talking about the strange headaches right before he died. I'm having those too, but the thing is I'm telling you guys this just in case I don't make it to April 30th because of whatever reason. The stress is going through the roof. These are what the doctor's calling it, stress headaches. Doctor said the stress would go away if Chloe would get her done. But point is, last night Moppy was standing, and I was in my bed, right, sleeping soundly, and Moppy was whimpering, licking my face, whimpering, nudging me, wrapping his body around my arms while I was sleeping. He did not want to leave my sight, so I don't know if let's Google that. Can dogs sense death? In fact, some dogs are specifically trained as hospice dogs that would comfort those who are dying. Can a dog smell death? There is an evidence that dogs can all sense death, but how they process and perceive them is still being debated. Reason dogs have a strong sense of smell that allows them to pick up changes that can happen to a body. Okay. Dogs being able to sense death is nothing new. Dogs have been sensing death, alerting people to oncoming death, and even sniffing out those already dead for centuries. In fact, some dogs are specifically okay. Do dogs know what they're doing, why they're doing it? Probably not. However, due to their acute senses, dogs are able to pick up on sounds and smells that are associations with oncoming death. Some dogs make a career out of comforting at those deathbeds, even though they predict death. There's the theory that dates back to ancient Egyptian times. Egyptian tombs are said to be guarded by Anubis, the jackal-headed deity that was said to sit at the head of the tomb to protect the dead. It's a theory that many cultures believe in get behind. For example, in Persia, a dog is stationed by the doors of dying people in order to protect their soon-to-be released souls from evil spirits. The Greeks are on board too, stating that because they believe dogs can sense death long before people, they're the perfect protector of souls. Science of dogs sensing death. We're a practical people led by science, though, so it's hard to jump on the sixth sense train that many people do when it comes to dogs sensing death. It said there's a realism reason that for doggo death sensing, it depends widely on your pup's ability to smell. Dogs have around 300 million olfactory senses in their noses, and compared to the 6 million found in human noses, it's easy to see why dogs can smell much better. See, he's whimpering right now next to me. You came up? Dogs are also able to smell the subtle changes in the atmospheric air, which means that a natural disaster on its way, or if your body's composition is changing, your dog can smell it without a problem. This is why many people believe that dogs can predict death. It's not so much they know what's happening, just that your change in smell is concerning. Train your dog to sense death. If you think your dog is already pretty capable of sensing death before it happens, you might consider teaching him to sniff out death in an orderly, trained fashion. We know it sounds morbid to train your pup to sniff out oncoming death, but it can be saving grace for people as well as enormous comfort for those who are facing death alone. The job typically falls on hospice dogs and requires special programs for training. Dogs are pretty qualified without the training to detect impending death, but especially programmed to teach them how to give you proper signs, determine on oncoming death before it happens. Though all dogs are a natural sense of smell and can detect and predict death. The program teaches them which sense to detect and how to react appropriate to them that can do your dog wonders. Typically, these programs associate the smell of death, illness, and natural disasters. Teach your pup how to alert you properly. The dog will typically be rewarded when he or she has done this correctly to cement the behavior in their head. So, why do you think I checked on this? Because it kind of worries me. Let's see. Can dogs sense death in the family? There he is. He's basically right next to me, whimpering. We can all agree the owners have incredibly deep connection to their four-legged comrades. It's been suggested that dogs have amazing ability to sense a variety of things in our lives, such as diseases or changes in the weather. However, it could also be true that dogs can sense even more. Often people wonder if that perhaps dogs can sense the death of a family member. Are our pets so connected to us that they can sense when something as devastating as losing a loved one is occurring? Say for certain that your dog can sense the death of a loved one may very well come down to the certain characteristics of your dog. Perhaps your dog is incredibly connected to people or tends to be very observant. If you notice that your dog seems to understand and connect on a much deeper level, that you may wonder if he has some sort of sixth sense that allows him to know instantly when a loved one passes away. Let's take a moment to examine the feasibility of the potential phenomenon. The body language of a dog is much different than of a human. Understanding what a certain nonverbal signs means that may help you understand if your dog is sensing something as significant as death. You must first consider how dogs interact with each other. While they may bark or whine to communicate with one another, most of their communication is nonverbal. Dogs can identify weaknesses in their animals by their body language. For example, a dog that is cowed or hunched over indicates the dog is weak and maybe even ill. Dogs are much better observers of people. When they meet a person that is quiet and frail, they may be much more likely to notice that they're unwell. If a person appears sick enough, then a pup may become increasingly aware of the seriousness of the condition and potential for death. With this knowledge in mind, you can easily gather how a dog may react to a person who is near death. Perhaps they will want to quietly sit near the person for comfort, or they may even take on the role of protecting the person for preconceived dangers. Perhaps the dog will whine to other people to try to get help from the alien person. I'm running fever for days, so. Other signs: staying close to owners, acting overly protective. Moppy's been near me. Licking or sniffing owners. He's been appearing sad. He's been doing all that. History of dogs sensing death in the family. Okay. This is something I want to talk to you guys about. Mop, where are you at, Bobo? Better not be pinching a wolf again, because that's what it is. You okay? Huh? You okay? See, he's being good now. It's just sitting here. I found him by the door. For years, people have debated on whether or not dogs can actually sense death. Some people argue that because dogs have much better sense of people, they're genetically created to be more aware of things such as sickness and death. One thing that's accepted by people from both sides of the argument, dogs are very observant and are probably one of the first beings that will even notice the slightest change in their owner's demeanor. For example, considering when you're ill, oftentimes when a dog owner doesn't feel well, their trusty sidekick is nearby. Many dogs are nurturing and simply want to take care of their owner. Because of this, they will likely notice if your condition doesn't improve. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. See? Look at this. Improve. Furthermore, it excludes sadness or anxiety about your health or health of a loved one. Your dog will pick up those vibes easily. Science and sensing death of a loved one. Closest related science to understand that a dog may be able to sense death rests largely on understanding their ability to sense in general. For instance, dogs have over 300 million olfactory senses in their nose, comprised of 6 million found in humans. Probably notice how you could not. Hold on a sec. You need something over? Did you just radio me? Someone else must be on the line too. It's okay. It's okay. laundry?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to finish up here. Chloe could learn something too, but she's doing laundry right now, so I guess she'll have to read these articles later. But let's just finish this, people. It's okay, Moppy. Okay, you've probably noticed, how could you not, that your dog's nose is usually moist. This is due to mucus that comes from the nose and helps them capture scent. It's important to understand an ability to smell because a sick and diseased person experiences changes in odors. This could get a long way when a dog can sense if a family member has passed. This may simply be able to smell it. Additionally, dogs are incredibly social animals, of course. Some breeds are more than others. However, all dogs develop a pack mentality when it comes to their owners and family members. In the wild, a pack of wolves work together to take care of the young and the weak. Same is true for dogs. If a dog senses a person is ill or near death, they will likely showcase signs of comfort and care. It's simply in their nature. Specifically, dog training since death and family members. It's unlikely a training course that you'll find the mainstream training. However, it's already proved that dogs can work such on search and rescue teams, become cadaver dogs, and even therapy dogs. It's okay, Moppy. These are specialty training programs available for dogs that showcase the ability to develop the necessary skills to take one of these types of positions. While all dogs naturally have great sense of smell and hearing, temperament also plays a role in identifying the best candidate for these types of training programs. If your dog's a period agitated, try to soothe him. Keep in mind, dogs don't always know their size, so if they're comforting a sick person, make sure they're doing so safely. Beware dogs that bite or nip while trying to protect. Did you say something over? Okay, Mom. No, but I overheard something in a second. I did. You getting something wrong with Mommy? He won't leave my side. That's the thing. Where I go, he goes. Same goes with the toilet.
However, when I'm in there, I'm the one who follows.
Beware of dogs that bite, nip, and protect an injured person. There you go. So, all this is interesting information. Let's see. This one's an interesting thing. So, So you got all these people, I need to email my cousin Dinky just in case. And nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. So I've read everything I can think of. I want to see what you guys think. Till Lore, if you're reading this. Let's see. How did death? Barking, whining, howling, pacing, lowered ear, staying close, paying attention. So this is the reaction. Hold on. Yes. Should send this to Chloe. Okay. It's all right, Mop. Need to send this to Chloe. No, wait. What we got here? A video on. Okay. That's cool. All right. Whatever. Here we go. Okay. So let's see. Lowered ears. He's always lowered his ears. Staying close by and attention seeking. Yes, that's you. You're attention seeking. Pacing, howling, whining, or whimpering. He did that all night last night. So I need to send a message to Dink real quick on Discord. It's all right. It's all right. Aunt Tara will get the message. Yeah, see, he's whimpering. See this? This is he's been close to me for the last 24 hours or something. I mean, it's that's why I was looking into this. Is he sensing death in one of us, or you know? All right, so this is just a story about dog howling. Mm-hmm. Spiritual, yeah. Girl would carry her dog to his bed, but he would jump right back up and run back to sit with her mom. This happened a couple of weeks before her mom died because of the heightened sense of smell. It could pick up the biochemical release in the mother's dying cells. Bark or growl persistently, with or without someone in front of them. Grab your attention or shake. So I need to. Okay. Yes, when grandmother is terminally ill, my cocktail would jump against the bed. I had the morning walk, say good morning. When grandma's hospital, I should continue going to the bed. She went to the bed as usual, but her manner was not upbeat. It was the last time she looked her in her bed, convinced me she didn't know. Hmm. 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 There is no scientific evidence to support the claim of dogs since death. There are specifically how dogs are attuned to environments. Yes. You okay, Moppy? So I'm hoping. Here we go. I need to talk to Dink. Hmm. Yes. Hmm. She also knows some dogs whining and barking citizen science. Decreased interest in player social interaction, loss of learned behavior. Oh, they're dying. I don't want to talk about their dying. I'm talking about Moppy. Wait a minute. Let me see this. Is this? Yeah. Let me look at this for a second. So.
Got stuff in washers and dryers. Oh yeah. I gotta get this trash picked up.
Ugh,
I can't reach. Okay. That's better.
Final thoughts on sensing death. Okay, so I want to share this article with Chloe or Rita to her so she knows Moppy right now. So it says here. So it says, when a dog can sense something about death, they either bark, Moppy's not barking, whining or whimpering.
He's doing that.
He's whining and whimpering. I mean, he kept me and Chloe up half the night. He's not howling. He's pacing. I was on the toilet a minute ago, and he ran right next to me and laid down next to the toilet. Lowered ears. Is his ears lowered?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Staying close by to either one of us, and attention seeking. So the question is, which one's he worried about, Chloe or myself? I think it's me.
Have you been having any pains lately?
I've been having pains, but remember,
Okay, so if there's two people in the house, one person's going to die, who does he go up to most?
he basically turned around last night. He was basically wrapping his arms around me and whimpering. He was wrapping it around. And then I finally got up around 6:20 in the morning, popped him in Chloe's room and went back to bed. Tired as hell. I was having a great dream until he woke me up.
And then he kept me up in there.
And then he was whimpering and griping because, as soon as Chloe opened the door this morning, he ran to me.
Yeah.
So to me, you got to understand, it's probably me. That's why I was addressing.
So you were asleep last night. He decided to come in there on his own accord earlier last night.
Yes.
In my room.
I put him in there.
What's that?
I thought he was maybe need to go to the toilet.
Maybe I got cancer or something.
Or maybe I do.
Smoking causes cancer, lung cancer. I'm having a lot of IBS lately. How about you?
Yeah.
Right now, I've been having, last night that was just some chest pains after smoking. You think they could be cancerous? Or maybe it's because he senses one of us is I'm leaving. Doesn't that have an effect or doesn't?
Could, but I don't think he senses you leaving. I think it, that it's more likely myself.
Who does he be going up to more?
He's been. I go to the bathroom. He goes straight next to the toilet. He never likes the linoleum.
He usually hates it in there.
Yeah.
Because he gets haircuts in there. All right, I'm gonna see what he does. See, he's going in here. Okay, he's not going to the bathroom. Bobby! He doesn't like the linoleum. Oh. But he's coming in now. He came in here, Your Majesty.
Are you okay?
Maybe he's having
Don't say that. Dinky just posted something disturbing.
What was it?
He said he's acting like her boys before they passed away.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to think that. I'm thinking it said to me.
I don't want him to die. Moppy, come here. maybe he had maybe he has a virus or something.
Well, it sounds better. That's
He's only acted like this since last night.
He's got a long life to live still. I'm thinking he's sensing me.
Well, you still got to take into account.
No, not taking into account. It's too precious. I'm thinking because he's clicking to me. That's why I asked Dinky about
Well,
this.
he clicks to me too. He clicked to me last night. Of course, when I opened the door and let him out, he ran out there for you. Okay, pumpkin. Well, I have to say, I've seen that attitude in a dog before he passed away once. A friend of mine had a pit bull, right? The day before they had to put him down, he was acting the same way.
Yeah, well. Anyways, peeps. The stress I gotta go through. Yep. So, anyways, me and Chloe's got some stuff to do today. I gotta write out a list. I think I need milk. And that's about it. Milk.
You don't think I
Camels.
can get lung cancer at my age?
Anyone can get any type of cancer. Cancer is getting into younger patients now, apparently.
You think I might have it?
Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe I should have the cigarettes for a while.
You okay, Mop?
He's following me now.
So, anyways, my cousin Binky, right? Let me tell you what my cousin. Was that you?
Yes, it was. Mom answered back. Called me right back.
Okay, Mop. That's what I was thinking. Not of you, but of me. I've been having these weird headaches, you know. I want to talk to my cousin Dinky still, people. So my cousin Dinky says, yes, I do believe dogs can sense that. Okay, so dogs can sense death. Yes. Fortunately, she also said, and I quote, that so I told her he's been following me around, even in the restroom. He's having a whining and whimpering fit. It won't leave my side. He also is whimpering and whining during me sleeping and kissing and licking me while I sleep. He may be going. Sounds like my boy, Zug. He is going. I thought he was sensing I'm going. All three of my boys started following me, whimpering, and just gazed at me. Now I'm going to cry at work. He's not gazing. He's just following me everywhere, waking me up. I thought he was sensing senses I'm going. I put him in Chloe's room and he kept her up for 4 hours. Don't ever separate from you, him from you. You're his person. His priority is Rita. I guarantee you hurt him by not allowing him to be with you. Okay, I'm sorry, I did not know. I thought he was sensing I was going to die. My health hasn't been good lately. Remember Aaron's video, the weird headaches? I've been having the same headaches for months. And the doctor said it's stress headaches, nothing more. Yeah, well, I'm going to. Well, if I'm going, I'm giving you a heads up too, just in case it's me. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, you guys probably think I'm sane, but something I was telling my cousin Dinky, I'm preparing you guys for just in case. I may be a prepper to the end. If God calls me home early, that's the worst problem ever because Moppy, So, I don't know. Don't know. Just kind of worries me. So, anyways, shall I continue? Because we have covered, I think the topic today was, let me look, banking collapse. That was covered. Prepping and nuclear war. Yes. And we've covered the nuclear war. And I'm going to talk now about prepping for a bit. By the way, I'm kind of a little tired today, too. So, just let you know. I was telling Higgins, let me tell you a story about what's going on, okay, as a prepper. See, I do these videos for you guys. What does this guy say? What time that you are on life? Don't understand what you mean, man or girl. So let me tell you a story. My husband had these strange headaches before he died. He was having chest pains off and on, and the doctor's saying it's nothing, right? What if I'm in the same boat as him? Yeah. So I'm leaving this video just in case, okay, for you, the preppers, to go back to later. But as a prepper, I'm in the last 3 weeks, 1 day until Chloe leaves, okay? The managers put a lot of stress on me. My neighbors put a lot of stress on me. My cousin Dinky thinks that I live in a soap opera. And hmm. You see, I was given my with all the stressing going on, you see, you got nuclear war on the table. You got a banking collapse on the table. I've been running a fever for like 3 days. You got banking collapse on the table, nuclear war on the table, the government not raising the debt ceiling. I mean, we're in April, right? No party is basically making deals for raising the debt ceiling, which means Social Security's on the table. You got all these other people thinking they're entitled and the government just should cut checks. You got people sitting around causing me a lot of stress. You got my neighbor who's giving me all the evidence and yet doesn't realize I'm under a lot of stress. You got, other people. And then I got my dog worried. I think he's worried about me. Because, I was reading up a while ago about can dogs sense death? Can they sense their death? Can they sense my death? Moppy, of course, was down with Chloe. But when Chloe's in a room with the door closed last night, he was all over me. So, point is, just, why? You see, Moppy was close to Aaron right before he died. Moppy knew something was wrong. I remember Moppy not wanting to leave Aaron's side. And then he didn't want, now he's not wanting to leave my side, not even for the toilet. So, is something wrong? Maybe. Is it in my head? Maybe. But I don't think so. Because, as a prepper, you got nuclear war, you got civil war, you got banking collapse, you got an EMP that could happen, you got Social Security not going to pay, you got people sitting there telling me that they're entitled, they're causing me too much stress, and yet you got the manager stressing me because I haven't heard from my second research for reasonable accommodation. They haven't had anything, and Moppy's going ape and worried for me. And yet, same time, I was in my office earlier running on a treadmill, and, I'm waiting for my clothes so I can have a bath. And, he's, it just feels unreal, Well, what time that you are on live? Oh, I choose my times wisely. So, so for example, you were asking what time I am live. I'm always live. Just depends. When I get up to get my morning routines done. Point is, you got all these people prepping. And a lot of them are stressing me out because, what's going to happen when the entire thing collapses? Will I live to see it? I mean, literally, it scares the dickens out of me, And actually, I'm a woman. I'm not a man. So, if you know English, then, I'm all female. I got boobs, so I'm a woman. So, anyways, my point being is what's going to happen in the future, So, my point being is the American people, give me 1 second. Talking to Moppy or talking to someone else? No, radio. Well, you can always ask the vet about it. They're paid. If you're worried, call the vet up. The best course is that the vet will look at them. Should be, what about my underlying conditions? Google those. $13. Since he's a mixed breed, no one knows that life cycle of him. Huh? Yeah, tell the cancer basically kicked your ass and disabled you. You can sense that people have cancer before others. That's what dogs do. So, I think it's me. But, well, you gotta take into account to be Moppy too. I just want to think about it. Maybe alcohol. Hey, Mom. You want a big bug? So, anyways, peeps, I'm back. Had to use the toilet. I want to take a bath today too. Sometimes, you know. So, anyways, so it's sad, you know. The government doesn't have any more money, so apparently, the government, you know, as a prepper, that's been worrying me too. I mean, there's what is it, 70 to 90 million people on Social Security, retirement, survivor, and disability. Well, they'd have to raise taxes just to cover the general fund, to cover people on SSI the rest of their life. And then restructure SSI, Social Security Trust Fund runs out, which they say it could run out by 2027, which is 4 years, which means the government's going to start to cut back on approving people, you know. So to me, It's very scary, as a prepper. He did this a couple weeks ago too. He did this, but then he mellowed out. So it was when he had that cold. He was like, so. Hold on, people. I'm coming. What is it? Yeah. I would think so. Hold on, peeps. I need to go back there. She's doing research about Moppy. Is Moppy sick? Am I sick? Is Chloe sick? We're all researching. Hold on. What is it you said? He would not leave Aaron's side at all. Even when we were at the store, he would or eating a sandwich. He didn't want the sandwich. He was clinging to Aaron. The day before he died, he was clinging to Aaron. Yeah. That's what Tara said. Could be right. We're giving him as much comfort as we can. Mm-hmm. Full milk. But then when Aaron passed, he wouldn't eat from after it passed. Yeah, I saw him eat his kibble the other day. That's true. Well, everyone, could be we're losing Moppy. Because what he's been drinking, he has been eating his food. So, part of the YouTube preppers thing is to prep for all contingencies. Like I said, you got to prep. Yep. So, what's going to happen? I don't know. We just got to wait and see, people. That's all I can tell you. Wait and see. Wait and see. Hopefully I don't have to do a video in memory of Moppy. Hopefully, if it's me, Chloe can do an in-memory video of me. It's been bothering me for a while, Like I said, let me tell you the whole story again. So last night, I put in Titanic. It's on Prime free. Fell asleep. I woke up around 6:20 in the morning. Boppy was rumping. I didn't know what he did. Every time I woke up, he put his heads around my arm. And I'd go back to sleep. And then he'd go from one side of my arm to the other. So whichever body I was doing, he was staying with me. And then most of the day, he's been following me. But right now, he's following Chloe. So I think he might be right. It might be him. Personally, as I told Moppy a long time ago, I'd rather go first than him. But that's just me. Because he's got a good long life to live, But hubby died at 38. If I get to my birthday, I'll be 45. So think about it. Long time, And as a prepper, you got to ask yourself, what's going to happen? I honestly don't know. But this is the stress I have to deal with on a timely and daily basis. I've been dealing with everyone else's shit for so long. The stress has just built up, Think of the thing. Fanny passes away. Been dealing with that grievance in my own way. The coffee pot was right behind me has been a gift from Mama Fanny. Mama Pee-wee's doing her own thing. Hopefully, Mama Pee-wee is watching these on her own spare time, realizing that I'm sharing this with you all. Thing is we all have problems. All right, I have health problems too, like a lot of people. Fortunately, we don't know what's making me sick, and so sometimes I'm lethargic. Sometimes I have a fever. Chloe turned around and told me I'm burning up. I've been burning up for like 3 days. Yeah. So, hopefully the fever breaks. Then you have me worried about you guys prepping. Yeah, you guys don't think I'm stressing. I am. I mean, think about it. We could be on the verge of Armageddon, and I might not be able to see that entire show. I might have to see it from heaven. If it happens, right? Or I could be watching through the lenses, and my rose-plated lenses, that Moppy could be going. We don't know. I watched some other videos for you. Well, yeah, well, that's cool. Thanks. Watching my videos is good. I'm just a prepper. So some of you out there, I appreciate you watching my other videos. And like I said, kind of worried. I mean, every day it gets closer to April 30th, which means Chloe leaves. And every day it gets closer to other things too, So, I got nuclear Armageddon, stressing that out. Banking collapse, stressing that out. Prepping, stressing that out. Chloe leaving, stressing that out. Chloe going to supposedly court, stressing that out. Me or Moppy or Chloe being ill, stressing that out. Higgins, poking the ice bear half the time, stressing that out. He shouldn't stress me out. I told him that time and time again. And Damn freaking Google. It's like half the time you gotta wait 30 seconds after deleting an email. Oh, that reminds me. I need to check my spam folder. Let's see. Okay, nothing. All right, cool. So, but, everything's stressing me out, and because of it as a prepper, you know, people have been emailing me saying, hey, I look forward to the new diversity of videos when Chloe leaves. That's stressing me out. What am I, I spend my mornings analyzing the news for you to give you the best possible outcome for prepping. Now, a lot of people, they just want to die. I personally want to live. I mean, when I woke up this morning at 6:20, I thought Moppy was sensing my death. That's why I was Googling it for you guys, because as a prepper, you got to prep for all contingencies, And that is why I keep telling you guys, prep like your life depends on it. Give me 1 second. It seems my bladder's full again. That's the other thing. I'm having bladder problems this morning. Yep. So, anyways, for some of you out there, it's just a lot of stress, and a lot of people have emailed me, and they said, hey. So, I mean, I'm hoping, you preppers out there need to realize, there's a lot of stress, I mean, I'm stressing for America. A lot of people sit there and say, well, you're a Trumper. You hate Trump. No, I don't hate Trump. I am a person who don't like either party, but that's my own opinion, because they don't, the Republicans and Democrats out there ain't doing their job. The country's going down the toilet. You got all these anti-trans laws and gay laws and bylaws, and and you got the Democrats saying, oh, well, we need to fix this and all this, and just basically, it's a civil war between Democrats and Republicans, And so, to me, what is my job? I'm disabled, okay? I don't work. There you go. With my stress level going through the roof, with everything going on, I try to relax, but one of the reasons I give gift cards to Higgins is so he can alleviate some of my stress, to give me advice like steam cleaner or scanners or laundry hampers or whatever I need, journals. Thing is I'm stressing, on also getting you all prepped. I mean, Tildore's the only one commenting prep like you got a pair. I'm stressing that you guys aren't prepping. I'm stressing also that you guys are using this channel as a channel to, get your jollies and chuckles. Oh, this person's insane. I've just highlighted in a lot of the comments today, literally, what you need to do to prep. And think of it. I can't wait to see Tildor make a comment about the banking collapse, nuclear war, and etc. Personally, I wouldn't worry about Sweden so much joining NATO, because even if Sweden joined, all the surrounding areas to Russia is already in lockdown mode anyway, My point is, as I'm stressing, and look at my stress. Therapist, my doctor, they're all saying my IBS. I get either IBS-D, which is diarrhea, or IBS-C, which is constipation. And today I emptied probably 6 hamburgers out of my system. Yes, I had 6 hamburgers last night. I was afraid I was going to die from too much grease in my heart because I had 2 triple bacon cheeseburgers for lunch and then 2 bacon cheeseburgers for dinner. And so, that was like, 8 patties? Then my bowels are feeling better. So I don't know if it's the IBS is flared up by gluten or if it's flared up by less proteins, So that's why I prep for all contingencies. But I also am learned that life is not always easy, because, I worry about many things, So try to prepare just in case what Dinky says for Moppy. Yeah, I'm preparing for that too, but it's too sad, that we as preppers have to prep for everything. I mean, think of it from my point of view, right? Tildor loves when I use the word prep, okay? Or prepping. Or preparing is another word for prep. And yet, has anyone realized, as a prepper, you got to prep for situation. All your life, you got to prep. I remember one night, I got up, I was hungry. Yeah, it's a Rita story now. And I was prepping. My mother said, "Don't wake your sister up." Turns out, my grandfather, Jerry, passed away. My grandmother's second husband. As a kid, my mother never talked about her dad. Always talked about Jerry. My sister came in, cried, and said, "Grandpa Jerry passed away." I got up. I wanted a salad. Mom made me the full dinner salad. I ate it, and I just listened. And I said several times, "Don't worry, he went home." Funeral time came. I told everyone, "Don't worry, he went home." Then my family thought I was some child religious prodigy. Then all of a sudden, growing up, my grandmother, who was dying, died 4 years later. Family split because of the wealth. But one family wanted the house and the car, other family members wanted it sold. So it was, bickering over wealth. At that time, I remember my mom coming to me one day in 1986. I was 8 years old. She grabbed me, she hugged me, and she says, Grandpa Jerry came down to pay his respects today at work. I said, that's nice. But he's dying. He didn't make much more. Then, 4 years later, my beloved Aunt Aya called our home in Linwood, Washington. And I got the phone. Mom was sleeping. We disabled the phone in her room so she would sleep for work. I remember clearly it was 12:50. It was about 1 in the morning. My mother asked to be the first to be called. Grandma passed away. Grandma passed away at 12:57, March 29th, 1990. I got the phone and I said, what time? 12:57, 3 minutes ago. They're preparing everything now. Coroner's coming out because she had in-home care on her dime, not hospice. State didn't pay for it time. I go into my mom's room and I said, Mom. She's like, what is it? I said, it's a phone call. 5 minutes ago, Grandma passed away at 12:57 a.m. My mom got the phone and said, thank you. I went to my sister's room with her husband at the time, Troy. Mom said, wake Caprice up and let her know. Knocked on Caprice's door. She said, what is it? You better have something good for me because, you're bothering me and Troy. I said, Grandma passed away at 12:57 in the morning. Most of the family, my mom's boyfriend, was already gone because it was just my sister and me and, I think it was her husband too. He was born in 1989. I think it was like 1990. So in June, right after school, the day after school, my mom flew me out to see my father. From June whatever to August 8th. My birthday was the 9th, so my mom had to get a party together. On my birthday, my dad called me and said, happy birthday, kid. I had left all the money in my envelope. Well, in September, he sent a cash in the mail, his Social Security check. He said he didn't need it. His girlfriend was paying the bills. She didn't know his check was sent to me or to my mom for me. Wrote a note. When I pass away, file for survivors' benefits. My mom thought, it won't happen. Well, on September 5th, 1990, I was up north with my mom's boyfriend, Tom. I was fishing. And long-term bag phones. I'm a woman and my name is Feoda. Feoda. Okay, welcome, Feoda. Hopefully hit that subscribe button, thumbs up button, and bell notification for new content. So anyways, the story goes, my sister, Teddy Bear, calls my sister, Priest. Sister Caprice gave the phone number to me. I had a bag phone, basically a cell car phone in a bag. Phone rang, I answered it. Thought it was my mom calling me, told me it's time to go in from fishing. Teddy said my father died. So I finished fishing. I went in and I started crying outside. They were all getting ready to have a party, hot links and hot dogs and hamburgers and steaks. And my mom's boyfriend thought I needed a hot dog. My mom bought me a steak, so she's like, this kid's gonna eat a steak. My mom's boyfriend was kind of an ass at times. But he gave me a hug and said, everything's going to be okay, kid. Fortunately, my mom was in the shower, so when he went into his room where she was staying at, she said, better go comfort your kid. My mom said, what? What's it to it? We're having a party. Her bag phone rang. It was her sister Teddy calling to say her father passed away. Then legal trouble followed. Trusts and money, and well, by then the family split apart pretty much. Some went to Oregon, some are actually, the rumor has it, the Mormons stayed away from us. My aunt Miyoko was still close to us, and my other family went to Texas. Then my mom's boyfriend moved back in, and yada yada yada. And more death came, and my husband made a joke that my mom's boyfriend Dave, his brother Donnie, was going to die of a heart attack. Well, he died of a heart attack 3 weeks after he said it. Dave came up here for the funeral. I wasn't welcome. I was too weird. This is after I lived in Australia, did so many different things with my life, enjoyed it, was homeless, everything else. Me and Aaron just came back from Cleveland in 2006. So we found out Donnie died. And now at the time, hold on a second. This is very important, prepping you information. You go to the laundry room, go and clean again. Yep. Go to the store. Anyway, nothing wrong with that belt. It wasn't yesterday or the daytime. It was fine. Last night when he was from me. What do you think I thought if I was going to die in bed sleeping with you? You'd find me in the morning and I was dead, right? I woke up still in costume still. Anyways, so for some of you preppers out there, you're wondering, what is the methodical or the lesson? My mother went through Hurricane Ike in Texas. The eye of the storm went over her home 7 times. She left Texas, came up to live where I lived, Quincy, Washington. From 2009, she told me outright that she was dying. I said, I bet you it's the cancer sticks. She said, yes. From 2009 to 2010, between my sister, Caprice, Jamie, myself, and Aaron, we took care of my mother. My mother died October 28th. At 4:07 in the morning. I was up because me and my husband were rotating shifts. I was going to do the day shift. He was going to do the night shift. But since Jamie came back from Alaska and the priest was there. They were trying to be complete control freaks for me to see my mama. When my mama woke up the night before she died, she told me to keep on prepping. But I already told you my my birthday is August 9th. I just said that in my story. I came home as a child from my dad's house August 8th. So my husband's anniversary is August 7th. So me and hubby, But anyways, let me just tell you the story. So my mom, a day before she died, told my sisters to go outside. She wanted to talk with me. My sisters didn't trust me. My mom told her caretaker, get them out or I'm calling the law on them. So they left. My mom told me outright the most important thing in the world. She says, you truly are my daughter. Don't let anyone take that away from you. These people might strip you of everything you have, but just remember, they can't strip you of your memories. I've been always there for you as a child. I've always taken you shopping. I've always gotten you clothes. I've always kept you with the latest little pocket TVs and kept you as a disabled kid with a phone, always with you. She says, I've taken care of you. Then Aaron came in, my husband, and she looked at Aaron and said, Aaron, when I go, you must take care of my daughter. Do not be alarmed. She drinks for a while. Do not be alarmed of anything. What you need to be alarmed about is that these family members, after I'm dead, are going to be complete thorough vultures. What the hell is poking me in the ass? Oh. That's what's poking me in the butt. So apparently there's this tag that they put in my clothes, and it was poking my butt, and I was wondering why I was getting poked. Turns out there's a plastic thing. So, anyways, my mom told me keep on prepping. We had to prep for a death. Wasn't easy. So I'm prepping you for all situations, including death. I tried to tell Higgins this the other day, talking about how his mom and his dad, his biological parents, are like 81 years old. They've lived a long life. You got to prep for that too. A lot of people don't want to prep for that. So, why am I saying this? Well, let's just put it to you this way. From 2010 to 2013, when I moved out of that one apartment complex, moved across the street, we prepped for it. We wanted peace. Me and my husband had some problems, but he was always there for me. God was prepping me without knowing that he was going to pass away on August 23rd, 2016, around 10:30 at night, while having a walking heart attack that lasted 22 hours. Poppy was clingy then, complaining and griping because of it. We didn't know why. Then he clinged to me, but he was depressed. Daddy was gone. So, anyways, what's your birthday? You're so pretty. How old are you? I already said I'm almost 45 years old. Almost. So, when hubby died, I took Chloe in as companion. I wasn't prepared for the mental illness Chloe brought with her. I thought, she's okay. That's cool. Turns out that's where I failed as a prepper. Hold on. So, for almost 45 years old, we all got to prep every day. I'm prepping you just in case something happens to me. I told this to Zoe too. I'm prepping just in case Moppy goes. I'm prepping. Life is about prepping. Think of what I said in my journal. I'm prepping for Chloe to leave in 22 days. Think about it. 22 days. I'm also prepping if Moppy's sensing I'm going in the next 22 days. Well, no. But if it isn't me, then Moppy's probably clinging to me because maybe he's upset that he senses Chloe's finally leaving. I mean, we have to prep for everything. I mean, think about it. When you live life, no one thinks about issues, life issues. They go along and they think, oh, I'll buy a lotto ticket, I'll win. Doesn't happen, so they buy a lotto ticket. Maybe they spend $10,000 in a lifetime and they don't win. Then there's other people that prep on other issues of life. Like, you hear, oh, this person went into hospice. Oh, okay, we're going to prep that. They have 6 months or less. I mean, look, the American people have been given prepping and ample prepping time after we were told that President Carter is in hospice. 6 months or less is what hospice is. You could live another 10 years in hospice, but we're prepped for it when the news comes out that President Carter passed away from illness. See, we're prepping for everything. The cycle, you live. Your cycle is you're born, you live, and you die. And the wheels on the bus go round and round. Think about it. A lot of people out there don't realize. A lot of people don't want to prep because it takes away from their livelihood. Do you have children? No, I've never had children and don't plan to. 45 years old. If I had the money, I would adopt, but I don't have the money, so I'm not worried about adoption. You see, as a prepper, you have to prep for all contingencies, like Dinky said. So, maybe Moppy doesn't like the cheese-flavored bacon strips. I mean, that could be the reason he ain't touching them. Or maybe he's hurting. Or maybe he's worried that Mama Rita's passing away or Aunt Chloe's going bye-bye. Think about it. We don't know what's going through Moppy's head. We're not a dog. But we have to prep for all situations. It's like people prepping for life. People sit there and they live in a place and they've lived in a place for 6 years, and all of a sudden you're accused of being racist because your manager's Hispanic. You got to defend yourself, and you lose. Then you defend yourself again, and you lose. Eventually you win. But it's a bloody, downright fight, pretty much to the death, to unstain your name. Then you get another Hispanic manager who you love dearly. Manager says she's not racist. Yet another Hispanic manager who's downright awesome. She's not racist. Then they say, oh, we better remove the racist thing. Why? Because the management company wanted to use the racist card. Because they don't like people like me. And you have to prep for these situations. If you're different, you got to prep because of the situation. You have to prep. It's like I kept telling Zoe she needed to get out of that stinking hellhole city she loves called Chicago, because Chicago's on a target list if nukes were ever fired. Yeah, she has to prep for that. Higgins has to prep because he lives in a capital city. He's got to prep for that. Higgins also has to prep for other things. For example, like if his family passed away because of age or whatever. I mean, people are disabled. I'll give you that. But disabled people still need to basically prepare for death. Yeah. Death comes for us all. It's just a matter of when. In the meantime, you live your life to the fullest. Plain and simple. Hey, Kane, how goes it? Welcome to the channel again, my friend. So technically, you got to prep for it. You have to prep for all situations. Think of the management company. I'm waiting for a reasonable accommodation to be issued. I'm also prepping for the worst if they deny it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've asked advocates to look into it for me. Nothing yet. And advocates won't be in on Friday, so tells you right there what you need to know. What's new, Kane? Why would you be interested in my astrological sign? I told you I was born in August. That would mean I'm a Leo, or in the Chinese zodiac, I'm a horse. 2-bedroom reasonable accommodation for my treadmill, because my doctor wants me to run it to keep healthy, because got to watch my weight and I have heart disease. Yes. Doctor put in mostly it was for weight loss. But, the thing is being stuck here, is a different story, Hey, my chair unlocked, finally. So, so how goes it, Kane? We got this person, Fayota, a woman from the Arab nations, with us today. Do you have sisters and brothers? Yes, I just talked about it, Fayota. I just said I have a couple stepbrothers. Higgins is one of them. Michael's another. I had 5 sisters, and that's it. And probably, 3 stepbrothers, 1 brother-in-law. Yeah, so what's up, Kane? We got an Arab person with us named Fayota today. Yeah. So anyways, I keep getting emails popping up. It's like it's all useless email, but it is what it is, So anyways, so I got email. They're like, we're going to take money out of your account, almost Easter. Yeah, I know. There's a funny story about Easter, Kane. See, I was supposed to send Chloe out today to Walmart, but she's got to do it on Saturday now, which means cutting into the food bank. She says, the food bank ain't going to be there, etc. Well, how do we know if the buses are running on Saturday? She said they will, day before Easter. So she wants to go to Safeway and to the smoke shop tomorrow, and then she wants to go to Walmart on Saturday, which is great. I was trying to convince her to go to this place called Fred Meyer's Ham. Well, Chloe and I were talking about doing prime rib. And that's what we were thinking about doing, prepping for prime rib. It's going to be her last Easter with me, so why do just a traditional ham, But it's all up to Chloe what she chooses. I wouldn't mind a prime ribba. A little leftover prime rib wouldn't be too bad, But it all depends on Chloe, what she does. Prime ribs on sale at Safeway, prime ribs on sale at Walmart, and prime ribs on sale at at Fred Meyer. So we're looking at prime rib, for our supper. So, but we also are looking at hams too, because they're like 97 cents a pound, and what's funny is if you looked at the Easter meals, right? So I was browsing the market, our grocery store, right? We have a grocery store here in town. And if you ever look at grocery stores, right? Like the grocery store the one that caters to the tourist. Remember, I live in a tourist trap, Kane. It doesn't say anything about ham being on sale. Ham. No. It doesn't say anything about prime rib either. You keep scrolling down. It's like $6.99 for water. And if you keep scrolling down, you look at booze. There's nothing in the booze department either. Would love to have some booze. Iron Horse has got the Irish Death on sale. That stuff. I think my stomach's getting burned out on Irish Death. That stuff is pretty stouty, anyways. But if you look at this list, it's like baby back ribs on sale, but nothing on, So, so I go over to our grocery store that caters to non-tourists, right? Or non-tourists. You look at some of these, it's like bone-in rib roast, okay? So they're charging $5 more a pound for rib roast because they got to bring it from off island. Chloe can get it off island. Yeah. Then if you look at this, you got Oreo cookies, orange juice. But you see what they're doing is they're basically giving you guys. Oh yeah, here it is, right? $2.98 a pound for ham. Okay, ham's $2.98 a pound here. Chloe can get it for 97 cents at Safeway. Yeah. You think she's gonna go and spend $2.98 Kane a pound for ham? Well, ham's not expensive. I mean, if you look at my local ad at Safeway, I'll show you. Because you're saying ham could be expensive. That's $2.98 a pound on this island. Okay. Since Chloe's going off island tomorrow to do some shopping, let me show you the weekly ad. Right here. See? She can go into Safeway. And she can go and get, this is why I keep telling you guys to look at your local ads for prepping. See this? See right there? 97 cents a pound. Right there. Signature Select Spiral Ham with natural juices. Bone-in, limit 1. 97 cents a pound. You see? How can that be? You buy it on this island, you're paying $2 more a pound. So if you spend $1, your ham might be $7 to $9, depending on the size. You can get up to 20 pound if it's whole ham. Now, look at this. They're trying to suggest ham, right? Well, what about this? $2.90, $2.29 for turkeys. So people want to celebrate Easter with turkey. It's $2.29 a pound. I won't pay $2.29. Now look at this. Remember what I said? It's $15.99, I think it was for. Oh yeah, and look at this: 3 pounds of bacon, right? So 3 pounds of bacon, $11.97. That would make some good club sandwiches and green bean casserole with bacon, or bacon casserole. You can make bacon casserole. Now let's scroll down here for a second. I want to show you the meats, okay? Okay, here we go. So $6.99 a pound for a leg of lamb, bone in. So say you get a 5 pound bone lamb, that's like $30, right? $9 a pound for USDA choice beef rib roast. That's what we're doing right here. $9. We're saving $6 a pound going this route. Now, if you want to go down for a better Easter dinner, look at this. Hormel cut sliced ham with foil, $3.49 a pound. Smithfield spiral sliced smoked ham, $3.99 a pound. Dietz and Watson spiral slice ham, $4.49. Hempler spiral slice semi-boneless ham, $5.99 a pound. Lamb roast, Frenched, $16.99 a pound. Boneless grass-fed ribeye steak, $15. Lamb chops, $9.99. So what you got to do is you got to look at your sales. See, $8.99. Now I will show you another trick in a second. Now, if you go down, oh, I guess, did they actually get rid of that one thing? Let me see. Here it is. And then if you look in the beers and spirits, it shows what you can get. Like right now, there's Sailor Jerry's, Jimador Tequila, and Black Velvet's on sale. See? Then you got Tito's, Hendrix, Gin, and that's it. So, if you excuse me for 1 second, I will want to do this for you all. But first, I need to go use the bathroom to say that prime rib is on sale if you know what you're doing. So, how's the laundry? You're still sitting there. Okay, keep me informed. Okay, here you go, peeps. So, I'm back. So, anyway, let's see what Kane's got to say. 97 cents is good. Lamb is good, but hard to cook. Oh, I'm a lamb expert, Kane. Did you ever see that comment Tildor made, Kane? Tildor basically said the other day, he said, this is what he said the other day. The fact of the matter is, hold on, that isn't it. It was, well, to save money, I have decided to move in with Rita. Better have room in the fridge for my beer and plenty of chew on hand. Hold on, the rest of it's funny. This is what Tildor said. Now, let me just finish what Tildor said. I'm going to post a comment because Tildor is probably watching this right now, chuckling. Now, let me show you guys a couple other things, okay? Then he says, Higgins can move in as well. During tough times, we have to pull our resources, and Rita is a good cook and will take care of us. Well, I don't want anyone living with me, but for the sake and joke of the argument, I thought I would share this and what Tildor said. All right, he's made some good comments, by the way, but that one caught my fancy the other day. So, another thing I want to share with you today, okay? Yeah, didn't you like that? That's funny. So, anyways, he's talking about that. Higgins can move in as well during tough times. Yeah, well, problem is you know where it is. Now, I want to share with you guys another prepper's tool because Kane's here and Kane's talking about Easter. So, would you give me a second so I can set it up? Here we go. So I'm going to click on in store. Okay. Right here. There we go. And then I'm going to click on, you can't sort. Oh yeah. Sort by low to high. All right. So I want to show you guys this. I'm also going to increase it to 200%. So you guys can see what I see. Okay. Because I am a good prepper. All right. So let's just show this. Okay. I hope Kane appreciates this and the preppers here because if you live near a Walmart, you can go to your local Walmart. Now, I'm looking at the inventory directly at my local Walmart. Okay, I'll have to get another cup of coffee in a minute. So here's what it says. Right? Look at this. Sam's Choice Boneless Classic Ham Steaks. Okay, ham steaks are good for Easter breakfast. Yeah, see? Ham steaks. Right? Right there. Now, say you want an actual whole ham, right? There's some more ham steaks there. I would love to have a ham steak for my eggs. That would be a traditional thing, eggs and ham. Now, let me just show you what's going on, okay? We're going down, all right? This is the $5 Lando Frost. Lando Frost smoked ham makes a good thing if you get the 20 or 24 ounce package. That's 1 pound there. So let me just show you. There's 4 pages, okay? Right? So we're going to skip the breakfast sandwiches, okay, and meats. The ham steaks, definitely something I should get Chloe to pick me up some. I'll have eggs and ham and eggs for breakfast, or bacon and eggs on Easter. I usually don't eat. Okay, here we go. Now, here's where we're going to get interesting, okay? Let me just show you this, okay? Now, this is processed ham. This stuff here, hickory. So now, look at this. Great value hickory smoked portion ham. $1.88 a pound, see? Right there. Now, $18.80. So right now in my store, there's something that's $1.88. So this is a 10 pounds or give or take 9 to 11 pound ham. $18.80. You see, as a prepper, one of the tools you can utilize on Walmart is this. Now let's go down to the list here. I know Kane's probably thinking, okay, think of these. Okay, this is a $4.78 a pound, right? So this is like a 5 pound honey ham. This is a classic ham for $19. This is a $4.48, right? So you're looking at 4 times 5 is $20, right? So this is about a 5 pound ham. You see where it says brown sugar and double glazed. If you look at my mouse, this one is honey cured double glazed for $20.16. So there is your hams. See, we're on what, page 2, I think it is. Now look at this. So you go down to this one. What do you see here? You see a Sugardale Prestige ham, $20.99 a pound. Let's just move this down just a bit just to see. So this is like an 11 pound ham right there. 11 pound ham, right? Then you get the honey cured double glazed again, and that is $2.28 a pound, and it's $22. So these are about 11 pound hams. See, or a brown sugar double glazed right there, $24. So it's $2.28 a pound. It's not bad. Now we keep scrolling down. This is lunch meat sold out, I think. Then you go to page 3. Then you get into stuff that ain't ham. You see, they're like bologna and hamburger, but we're just focusing on hams. Okay. So as you go down, you see all this right there. Smithfield boneless ham. I wouldn't get a boneless ham from Smithfield myself, but thing is look at that thing. There's a Carver ham. There's the pork shoulder, butt, picnic. These are pork roasts. Now, here you go. You got a spiral cut maple pecan ham. Sounds tasty. $2.28 a pound, $27. That's the one I'd get. Then you got the Sugardale Prestige, $1.86 a pound for a full ham. So this is like the big 18 to 21 pound ham right there at the bottom. You see that? This here. So you got to add, and that one you have to cut yourself. So you got to cut around the bone. But you know what? Those whole hams are really good too if you want to spend the money. All right. So as a prepper, that is something I want to share with you. Here's another ham. You got no, that's pork roast. Sorry. So you see where I'm going with this? And then for $17, you can get green eggs and ham. And it talks, apparently. Yeah. So point is as a prepper, you can go to your local Walmart, put in your zip code. If you have a Walmart account, go into your Walmart, sign up, and then choose your location of where your local Walmart is, and then you go ahead and check out your pricing for your hams. Now, $2.28 is not a bad deal. So the point is that is something you need to prep for, and that is something that I'm here to tell you to prep for. A lot of you guys sit there and anyways, I gotta see if Chloe's gonna go check on the laundry. It's taking too long. I want to get a bath eventually. So, anyways, my point is for all of you, where's that other thing I was looking for? Did it get moved again? I think Chloe moved it or something. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Hey, Chloe, did you put my lighter back by any chance? Okay, cool. Just keep it with you then, temporary. So, as you all know, Chloe works for Siggy's. I give her one when she deserves it. So, but yes, Walmart is a good price. Problem is, again, is you have to be very careful when it comes to prepping because of the price of food is going through the work. So me and Chloe watched The League of Their Own last night. That was on, I think it was Netflix. It was pretty interesting. Oh, yeah. So Walmart has good prices. So that's another prepping tool I want to give you. So I'm trying to teach you that if you're going to prep, you need to prep for what you need to do. Yeah. So, for example, I'll tell you a little secret for me. Okay. Oh, which reminds me, when Chloe's done with the laundry, I'm going to take a bath, and she's going to probably stay in until I'm done with my bath, and then she's going to the store to get milk, and I'm hoping we can get a good deal if they have them on just a package or two if they're on sale of Little Smokies.
When I get the first load in, take your bath. I'll draw your water now. Your first load should be ready.
Is what's in the clothing load that you wash? So I know
clothes, underwear, socks, everything you need. So
shirts, pants.
What's that?
Shirts and pants. I guess Miss Chloe's gonna lay my clothes out as soon as they're done. So I guess this means that for 3 hours and 40 some minutes, Chloe's gonna run the water. So I guess I'm gonna have to give her a ciggy. Okay. So she'll check the laundry in a bit.
Once the water fills up.
So, anyways, Walmart's got good prices. That's why Chloe's going to Walmart on Saturday. Chloe wants to score on a couple dinners too. I mean, think about it. She's going out to Safeway tomorrow. As Chloe's determined. See, I'm giving Chloe thumbs up for Primo Ribba.
Cool.
She said if she's going to be leaving April 30th, she wants her Easter to be grand. Hell, I might do prime rib and ham.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
What do you think, Mop? How you feeling, little guy, huh?
So,
he's been eating his kibble. He's just not been eating his snacks.
Yes. If I'm going off island tomorrow, I'm going to take a shower tomorrow.
That's fine. I'll probably already be clean, ready to go. So, anyways, for some of you out there,
Fine brow. I've been having some pain like right here.
Acid reflux.
Actually, it's like a chest pain, like on my bone.
Fine. Is it radiating down your left arm or leg?
But it's a breathing pain. I think I could have cancer.
Have you checked and did an in-home Rona test? Could be a Rona test. It's a breathing issue if you have a Rona test. Give me 1 second, please. So when Chloe gets done with my bath water, I will take a bath. I got to check on the stove real quick. So, there we go. Toilet. Go. Cool. Oh. Okay, peeps. So, thanks for running it. All I know is I stink anyways. As soon as the bath water's done, she'll get my clothes out. Then when she gets my clothes out and swaps them into the dryer and starts washing some more, she'll have herself one camel. Walmart good pricing. Yes, it is. Great pricing. But anyways, like I said to you all, a lot of stress is going on through my life. So that's why I thought that Moppy might have been worried about me, because, but Dinky said, and this is her experience, her 3 boys started following her around. So I'm telling you guys this for your reference, and Chloe's, and started having glazed in their eyes. And she said she knew something is wrong when old Hemikuda wasn't going to be eating his food. But Moppy seems to be fine.
Yeah, it's not cleaning now. He's somewhere.
Yeah, he's probably under the. Oh, he's right there sleeping. Hey, Boob. What's up, Boob?
I think what it is that he's getting of old age and he relies on us more.
Yeah, maybe. Or he knows I'm next on the list to be taking the Rainbow Road.
He's been sleeping awfully a lot in the past.
Well, you do know dogs always sleep more. He was sleeping more when Aaron was around, too. But I bet you, everyone, Chloe doesn't know this, that if I put 2 plates of bratwursts, 2 packages of bratwurst cooked on a plate, he wouldn't hesitate, even if Chloe says he's old and he's sleeping more, to get up and eat that plate of bratwurst.
Probably would.
What do you say, Moppy? I resent that. I am not a bratwurst thief. And I do not like you to implicate me that I'm a bratwurst thief, or a fish burger thief, or a prime rib thief.
You're a food thief.
I am not a food thief. I am just a dog, and I am not a food thief.
Oh, maybe I'll put him down and see what he does.
Hey, Mop. You want your treat? Huh? Here, eat them up. You got treats? Something wrong with your tum-tum? I don't think he wants his treats because he's worried about me, I think, truly. So, anyways, let me go check on that water level.
If it's full, push that knob back.
Anyways.
As you climb that tub, I'm going to switch out your laundry and then I'm making something small to eat.
And I am writing on a shopping list about what I need to get for the grocery store. Like I said, I was hoping to get some little smokies if they're on sale. The milk can's almost empty.
Okay,
You only got half a gallon.
I'm going to eat some small and then head out.
Yeah, and I'm in the tub.
Yeah. It'll work.
Let's see, we need paper towels. Don't know how much of that. Milk and cream. We got plenty of coffee right now. And then I was looking at little smokies, maybe.
Yeah, well, we're good. Okay, we got everything planned.
Not much we need.
Yep, not much we need.
I'll leave that on the door so she can, look at it. But yeah, it's all cool, right?
Yeah, everything's all cool. I will. Line your clothes up.
So, it'll be nice to be clean for once, I always say that when I do these videos. It'll be nice to be clean. I also want to say for you preppers out there that if something major happens, you want to make sure you have shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and bar soap on hand, as well as razor blades and razors. Now, if you don't want to invest in razors, go buy yourself an electric one. So Chloe's going to check the water. So anyways, with that said, everyone, I will make another video after my bath. This gives me some rest time. So Tildor and whoever else wants comments can. So in the meantime, just remember, I've given you all the information you need for prepping and preps. So keep on prepping like your life depends on it. In the meantime, please add, subscribe, post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe buttons, hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. And I will see you after my bath. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe and prep like your life depends on it. Moppy and I say, school's out of session. And God bless you and everything you do.